What's good, people, and welcome back to the Global Frequency. I am your host, Nefarious.
And I'm Frequency Girl.
And today we are hopefully joined by Joel Rodriguez from... I said Joel, you just don't hear the L at the end of my words. Joel Rodriguez. Joel Rodriguez. Joel Rodriguez here from Metal Ninja Studios to tell us all about his comic book creation, The Dusk County Chronicles, now crowdfunding over on Kickstarter. Joel. Is he here?
I don't
No, he's
no,
not here.
No,
That's not him.
That's not
Joel.
him.
All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the link in the chat because this happens occasionally, and we got nothing to do until we see if he shows up. And yeah, Mo's right. We can look at we could say hi to the chat. We could look at the campaign a little bit,
we'll
right?
Say hi to the chat. I know Armin was all excited because he wrote First Times Two, except that while it may be the second time this week, it is not in a row because Peter
unseated you yesterday.
Yeah, so
he took your seat.
Sorry.
Your seat got took. So we are going to say hi to Peter Palmiotti.
Yeah.
Because he was here. D-Wag says, so wait, Armin still hasn't won when I've been trying my hardest to let him? Mo said, yeah, I think Peter got first last time. Hail, Mo, I was working some videos you really inspire me to make in a big way. Yeah, you should have seen. Yeah, you should have seen some of the stuff that D-Wag was saying. It was awesome. Hail, D-Wag, awesome. I'm happy to hear that, brother. Yeah, I feel like videos that are about you are better than. Don't laugh at me. I can barely fucking read.
Says the writer.
That doesn't mean I'm a reader. Sure. Dean James says, if this MF doesn't start the show with a smoke bomb, I'm unsubscribing. Well, we got a smoke bomb for you.
See, so now you can't unsubscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
We're still 2 away from 500.
How you feel about me now? We've got Max said, saying, oh, nice. I'm on time. Well, you were.
I mean, we were too. We just couldn't go live because our guest.
We got Armin, who's Peter. I bet he wants to know who Peter is. So
Peter Palmiotti.
Take his revenge. We got my boy Roy. What is up? Hail, awesome people, and all the blind viewers that are not in the chat. I'm not late. No, you're not late either. No,
just our
guests. Other people who are late.
Yes.
We got Will. Hail, freaks.
Hey,
y'all freaks up in here. Each and every one of you. I click as soon as I get the notification from Instagram. So it's possible that Neff needs to post on Instagram.
Yeah, don't wait for it to pop up on Instagram.
Don't wait for Neff to post it.
Just click the bell and get the notifications or check YouTube.
Neff's L's sound like Aussie's R's. Well, Neff has a lot of L's most of the time. So, all right. Why don't we bring up his campaign and we can talk about him while he's not here?
Sure, we can make up stuff about him like we did the one time Chemo. The first time Chemo was supposed to be on, and he had no electricity, so we just brought up this campaign and made shit up about Australia.
Yeah,
that's fun. We could do that.
All right.
We could totally do that.
Yeah. So anyway, this guy, Joel Rodriguez, he did used to be the head of development at Scout Comics, but he's not anymore. He's doing his own thing over at Metal Ninja Studios, which got its name because he is a literal metal ninja. Or
in Neff's brain, he is anyway.
Literally, not figuratively.
I don't.
Figuratively, he'd be like a figure. No. He doesn't have to be made of metal to be a metal ninja.
Metal.
Yeah, exactly. Gotcha. He likes heavy metal, and he's a ninja, and he works in a studio. So that's like. So
there you go. That's how that goes.
We
had some more people come in. Will is saying, "Do I hear karaoke?" Not today. You don't.
Oh my goodness. The one day we see Amanda is the day that we just don't know what we're doing because our guests, just dips on us.
Karaoke will be coming back.
And when Frequency Girl decides to have it come back, I'm more than willing to help.
I have some stuff.
She's got medical things coming up.
But once we get all of that kind of in hand, we'll be bringing it back probably like once a month, not like every week.
No, it is not true that Joel goes by Joe for short. It's just Neff avoids L's. You know, I like to get the wins. I got those W's. I don't like L's. We got Matty Fowler saying, "Hail chat." Yeah, talk. We got the chat just jumped. You won't believe what happened today.
We could send Fowler the link and he could tell everyone about it.
Yeah, let's do that. You know what? I'm gonna do that first. I got it.
Send Amanda the link. Things. Amanda, you could come on too.
Yeah, let's just put it Amanda in forever.
Yeah, we'll just put it in the chat.
All right, yeah. Let's just catch up with everybody. Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I got it. I'm done. I did it. Sure? I did it. Right. I said it. Okay. I'm now gonna forget it. I'm gonna add this to the stream while we talk.
And we can look at it.
Yeah, we can look at it. You guys can make fun of it or something. Amanda B is singing? I don't know, man. You'll have to ask her.
No, she said she would do it on was it Shoop? I think is that what it was? You said I was something that you said you would duet if we could figure out duet with like a bunch of people.
That would be awesome.
Look, we got. I don't think I made that up.
Fowler's coming. We're gonna have to get the 2001 Space Odyssey soundtrack ready for him. Bomb, 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 and then Fowler joins. That'd be cool.
That would be, but now we told everyone.
We could look at that. I don't know what we could look at. We're gonna look at. We could look at that. You know what? That's really hilarious. Hold on, I'm gonna bring up the Kickstarter, but you keep showing them that.
Yeah. So this is Kickstarter. It's the Dust County Chronicles, by David A. Byrne, who did Stake and Canceled, and
and Canceled is the name of the book. He didn't cancel.
I know he did Stake and Canceled.
Okay, there you go.
They're two separate words, meaning titles of different books. Listen, ears, that's what they're for.
Whoa.
I know, he doesn't ever use them. They have a new Kickstarter exclusive cover. That is black and white virgin cover. They have this cover. This is issue 2. You can also get issue 1, which is their catch-up tier, which is in there somewhere. And it's like a horror parody anthology exploring the twisted towns within rural Dust County. So you can read it all yourself. I don't think you really want to sit here and listen to me read the campaign to you all. I don't know what Neff is doing. He's clicking. Oh, he's probably looking for 2001 Space.
No,
I said Space Ninja. That would be a cool book.
No, I'm looking for this so that when Matty Fowler gets here, we can talk all about it.
Yeah. So there you go.
The only way Fowler would get schemed and scammed is intentionally in a sting operation where he's exposing the fudge.
Amanda says, "Are you sure this is a valid Kickstarter?" Yes, this one is a valid Kickstarter.
This one is not. This one we're going to look at in a minute is not a valid Kickstarter.
But Dust County Chronicles is. We were asked to have Joel on.
Yeah, we were it was actually requested that we reach out to Joel, which we did. And I touched him, but he never reached back. Creators Outlet says, let's do karaoke.
Travis
yes, we did confirm, but he never
Oh, he never pet you back. There was no mutual...
Something like that. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Will says, let's do karaoke at the Rhode Island Comic Con. I think that's really
cool. Yeah, I'm totally down for that.
If you can sing, I would like you.
Excuse me? If I can sing?
But you know what I mean. You've been avoiding singing lately. You have. You've been not doing it. Raiden Radio says, Kickstarter. Mobig says, hail, Josh. I'm glad to have Josh with us.
Did Mobig say Kickstarter?
No, Raiden Radio.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, all right, if Mobig said it, I have to do that.
No, what we're gonna do is this really cool thing called Report Campaign.
Yes.
That's what we're gonna do.
Not on this one though, because
this one. We're gonna report campaign on this, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, did you switch?
I'm this.
Scrolling. Oh no. Okay, yeah. I'm sitting here scrolling through the other Kickstarter because I can't.
This is the campaign known as Unsung. Unsung. 2022 is the year of the tiger.
Scam.
Yes, this is a scheme and a scam.
Oh wait, they lost like $3,000
by Marie Gooch. It's the Gooch. Sharing is a great way to support a project if you love it and doesn't cost a penny. Yeah. First creator, huh? First created Marie.
We switched back to this.
Marie Gooch.
Mobig was saying, so what happened to Matty? Or is he saving the news for later?
Oh, he's coming. He said he was on the way.
Yeah, I think you kind of blew up his spot because Mobix did not know that yet. Because he says,
"You done got gooched." Indeed, he was gooched.
I feel like a lot of people got gooched.
But this is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how this shit keeps happening and what we can do about it. Because she made up a new profile
with the same name, I guess. Because wasn't it Marie Gooch that got Rich Ayala with Roach Balls last week?
I think so.
Wasn't it the same person?
Was it last week or was it like a few weeks ago? I don't know. I don't remember anymore.
I feel like it was recent, like very recent. And someone else got Pete Smetty, and there was another.
Dude, there have been so many people in the past that got their shit jacked.
But no, I mean like recently, like King Cryptid is
King Cryptid
currently a scam.
Dude, I love this
on Kickstarter.
So good.
No one can see that.
So good.
My dude, you're not sharing. He's like
zooming
in, talking about how much he loves Tiger Blue, and no one else can see.
I'm looking at my screen. I thought I was shared on the main screen. You were the one that changed that.
I know, but I told you that I changed it. So here we go.
You didn't tell me.
I'm gonna change the background.
Why?
Because purple is better. Oh no, that does not look better.
Purple is better. No, it looks terrible.
I don't know why like our.
Dude, 20 euros for the book, huh?
Everything is kind of scrunched.
60 or more for the 90s bundle. She's only got 2 tiers. What the hell's with that, man? Only 2? 0 backed on the 90s bundle.
Saw this morning and so far. So, oh, we have
0.
Matty Fowler.
Dude, he's got 0 backers. Hey. What the fuck?
So you pulling up the fudge of the artificial.
Yeah, man. we got to report it. We got to report it. But like if you were going to be doing this campaign, right? Like we would do this campaign differently, right? You wouldn't be at 93 backers with $4,000. There was like 7,000 this morning.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and something.
There's 140 backers. There's 140 this morning, and it was at almost $8,000, like 7,000 something. It's been happening to Peter Smetty with the King Cryptid, and Guardians of Urloth got hit.
That's what Amanda B just said.
I think Rich Ayala told me he just got it removed. You know, the fake Roach Balls. Shit, who else got hit? Oh, Aaron Lepresti was another big one. Wraith of God.
Oh yeah.
Everyone knows better than to steal mine. We should bring this up to Kickstarter.
We should six different ones. Yeah, we've reached out to the.
No, I mean like we should reach out as a community. You know what I mean? Like as a network of creators going. Me and my 5 friends have had our campaigns jacked. What is this trust and safety bullshit I keep hearing about? There is no trust at this point because shit isn't safe.
Hi, Comet Cowboy.
Well. And if these campaigns have to be submitted for approval, you know, usually I've done Kickstarters. I do one after every issue, you know, of Indiegogo. Then I do the variant over on Kickstarter. So they have Tiger Blue on file and stuff. So, I mean, bunch of random people from all over the world start setting up all these fake campaigns. It's like, I don't know. You think they'd be on it a little bit more.
Yeah, I feel like if you have to submit it for them to approve your campaign before you're allowed to go live with it, they should put in just like a little bit of effort in researching it. Otherwise, don't make you submit it for their approval. Just let us do it.
Let's report it. You want to report it?
Mobig says
intellectual property violation.
So IGG started fucking up lately. Kickstarter was not to be outdone. Exactly. They had to get in on the game. T-Rex is glad Joel was finally able to show up to the stream. Finally. He looks a little bit.
Did you guys have like another guest lined up or something that didn't?
Yeah. Yes. Is he here?
Yes, he's not.
No, he's not here.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to make sure I was interrupting.
No. You're
we're good to have you on.
Yeah.
I invited D-Wag. He's a little sweaty. But you know, we all good to have like an open mic and hang out with people and just take it easy today. I wrote a really fun interview. It's gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna be a lot.
I wrote a really fun interview for this guy,
and it's been up and down all day. It's like waking up and checking my backer kit and seeing it, and then it's like, what the fuck is this? And then it's like, oh well, hey, there's 139 backers. That ain't too shabby, type feeling. And then it's like talking with Peter Sametti and running the numbers and reading the comment sections on these things, the 5 different ones, and it's all real bot, sounding, and the way the ebb and flow of the backers, and that none of the tiers are actually backed, and it's
right.
just
it's all just money
weird
and money
shenanigans.
Yeah.
But it's definitely focused at CG, I would say, because I mean, you don't just get 5 or 6, campaigns that are all, connected in that way. I don't think randomly. And I haven't heard anybody else.
Is we have the majority of the comic book campaigns on Indiegogo, right? So whoever's copying these things isn't really, I don't know if they're targeting CG. I know that they're targeting comic book campaigns. Probably because those are like the lower total campaigns that are on Indiegogo. The majority of the Indiegogo campaigns are like $70,000 to $200,000 campaigns that are for like tech projects and shit, or like educational things. But the comic book section, what?
Mo Biggs, is it true that Joel is currently fleeing the country with his girlfriend Marie Gooch? As far as I know, there's no affiliation between the two. It's pure coincidence.
All right, I reported it because this is bullshit.
Report the motherfucking fudge.
I wanted to reach out to them and be like, nah, just like turn it over to Matty, but there are no.
Then the backers are fake, so it's like
they're all fake.
But the real one's doing good.
36 comments.
As I say, I think we just crossed 200 backers on the real one, so we got the same 100 times 2 going on.
Yeah, you know
Excellent.
it. You know it.
Raiden Radio says, do we know that Fowler didn't steal Tiger Blue, travel back in time, and now this is the real creator on Kickstarter?
I'm glad that Maria Gooch is running the campaign, and Tim is the creator. Come on, Tim.
Gooch
go.
Gooch is not my ex-wife in any way, shape, or form.
DX says, could Alyssa McGrilla be a suspect? Because, like, sus and stuff.
Good idea. Please support. I would like to know when I will receive the goods.
Great idea. Come on.
Go, Tim. Go.
Hope to receive the goods.
Yeah, I hope I would like the goods as well.
That's very funny.
So have you guys watched?
Hi everyone, I'm from America.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Is I am from America
you as well.
Hello, fellow kids.
I am a real
person. You did a big job, Matty. They just want you to know you did a big job there.
Call me Tim, guys. Call me Tim.
Oh wait, we should change your name to Tim the creator. Oh, we have Amanda B.
What's up, Amanda?
Hey guys, I figured I'd come in and hang out for a little bit since it's turning into a hangout stream. Miss you guys.
This is the real Amanda B, right?
It is the real me, although I probably sound still a little scratchy voice. I don't know if you guys heard, but I had COVID last week, so it affected my voice quite a bit. But it is me. Ask me any questions you think I would know.
Nah, I can tell it's you. You still sound smart.
Well, I'm glad I sound smart.
Say it's good for Gooch is good for the scammer. Oh,
so you guys were talking about the fake Kickstarters. I almost don't think it's necessarily CG centered, because I wonder how many things are just taken from Indiegogo and put onto Kickstarter, and they're just copying everything, and nobody's going to know the difference. And I think the only reason why it seems like there's a pattern with CG is because we are this community, so we see when others like, hey, there's this fake account and that fake account, and it seems like it's getting quite increasing though, because before it was what you had Vinny Tartamelli with Shadow of the Kraken, and then what I think
one
Ethan had one
a while back, right?
Yeah, but it's
they got Ethan back in 2018. Or whatever.
And then you're seeing 5 in a week, I think, that have been pretty current,
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I have seen a couple of Kickstarters copied onto Indiegogo. It happened briefly, way back when the Columns of Creation from Indiegogo got copied onto Kickstarter. But
after Vinny.
Yeah.
After Vinny.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, you're absolutely right, Amanda. We're noticing it because we all pay attention to each other's stuff, and we are a community or a network of creators who all support each other, promote each other, and advocate for these campaigns. So when they appear on another crowdfunding site, we notice and we feel targeted because it's like, oh, look, so many of ours. But you're right. There could be many more that we're not aware of because we're not cued into like the campaigns on Indiegogo that could be getting stolen. If this is as big an issue as it very well could be, crowdfunding's in fucking trouble, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. And there could even be situations like, what if, a lot of the times you see on Indiegogo, you have these inventions. What if they're taking inventions, and then putting it on Kickstarter, and then nobody has a way to check, and then you're getting, thousands, hundred thousands of dollars, and then you get the payout when you make it, and nobody's checking things. Although, do they?
Gucci.
I was gonna say they altered the names this time too. Like Peter's book is only called Cryptid instead of King Cryptid or whatever, and Tiger Blue 2 is called Unsung only instead of Tiger Blue 2 Unsung. So they're trying to hide it a little. It seems like.
Yeah.
I did want to reach out to Kickstarter, but when we realized that there were no backers, there was no point. I want to be like, look, just take Gucci off it and put Matty on it, and it'll be all Gucci, and then he can fulfill to the backers that are actually back in the book. But it really is just
I am in America.
It's just money laundering. So when all those people on Twitter are like, Comicscape money launders, it's not us that do it, but it totally our campaigns get used to do that.
Yeah, I actually reported a couple today because I actually backed a Kickstarter project, guys. One Kickstarter project.
Wow.
And then so when I realized, I'm like, oh, hey, now that I can, get in to report it, because I don't know if you can report it.
No, yeah, you have to be a member.
No.
Right. Yeah. So I went in and reported it, and of course it wants URL, and I'm like, I don't want to go back to find the URL to check the right URL, but I'm like, well, at least somebody's saying something, and if they have a handful or 2 handfuls of people that are reporting something, I'm sure they'll at least look into it.
Yeah, Comet Cowboy. I don't know how to say your name, bro.
It's just Comet. It's just Comet Cowboy now. It's just Comet Cowboy now, and Count Comet Cowboy.
Count Comet.
He still can't say it. Doesn't matter.
Still not gonna
Gotta keep the alliteration alive. How we doing? What's up, Matt?
What's up, Comet? How you doing, man?
Bro, I just wanted to say hail, bro. After
Shigama, man.
Yeah, Shigama and a Hamalama to you, bro. Because I'm serious because
happy birthday.
The growth from your first campaign, right? Writing comic books with surrounded by strippers. To now, bro, is like epic and beautiful, and the fact that somebody's out there trying to steal your shine on Kickstarter just shows how good a job you're doing, bro. And I just wanted to pop on, say what's up, say fucking that I'm happy for you. I also want to say hi to Amanda B because I don't think we've ever met on stream, just in the chat.
Not on stream. Usually I'm just always in the chats.
Yeah, but Amanda's like a fixture of this community. She's a rock.
She's the best.
Aw, thank you.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, get out of here.
Glad that you're feeling better.
I appreciate that,
Fucking yeet. My ass. No, I didn't belong. I just was saying what's up. I actually gotta eat these French fries, jump in the shower, finish my dinner, and fucking take this kid to go see some fireworks tonight. That's what we're doing.
Nice.
Why the fireworks? Are you just gonna blow shit up?
No, Coney Island does fireworks every Friday until like late August. So
yeah, remember
dude, that's right. He's out in Coney Island.
Yeah, we used to go to Spalding's and watch.
I was gonna tell him, go, but Spalding's not there anymore. He moved.
He's not. Right. No.
He moved to a place that's more affordable.
We're not there anymore either, so we also can't see it for that.
Hey, we got Hojo. What is up, Hojo? Hojo's got an exciting project coming up.
Don't eat your French fries in the shower.
If this is a bootleg Gucci, what'd you say, man?
I said don't eat the French fries in the shower. That would be bad.
Sage advice.
French fries.
I've eaten French fries in the bath. I have.
Well, that'd be okay.
That's gangster.
Just don't drop them.
That's like
no, don't drop them. That's terrible.
That's the American version of like grapes in the bath. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the bath.
All you need is someone.
As long as you have like cheese. You need someone to dip it in the cheese for you. Yeah. That's
like cheese fries
for an
instead of like some sort of like sophisticated European cheese plate. It's just American
and
with like
a giant
nacho.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, that's
Why Dr. Pepper?
Hence the cowboy.
You like Dr. Pepper. You like Mr. Pibb, but
I like Mr. Pibb. I like Dr. Pepper. I like soda when I can't drink it. It's bad.
yeah, we're not allowed that.
This is Guinness, not soda, for the record.
Yeah,
Nice. That is good. Guinness is.
It's
awesome.
been a day, for drinking today.
What happened, or did I miss it?
Tiger Blue got cloned too.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
One of the fakers on the Kickstarter shit.
Yeah, the gooch.
Fudge.
He got gooched.
He got gooched.
Oh,
Mobig
fudge.
says, "What if this is a bootleg Gucci?"
I'm disappointed. I thought Tiger Blue would do better on Kickstarter, man. I'm sorry. Like
It did
$4,000.
It's been all over
All these refunds, Matty. You're not promoting the campaign well. I don't see you out there hustling in these streets, grinding for a hot
I mean, I
minute.
think
just
it's
see all the
because you put Marie
scammers.
Gucci in charge of it.
Yeah,
I think that was
that's
really.
As they reach out to her, see exactly what she was doing to get them.
There's
Yeah,
too much
I said that in
testosterone.
private. I was like, I think I should hire this bitch. When fucking they had 139
Wow.
backers this morning. I was like,
I like this.
she's doing something I'm not. Let me see what's up. But yeah, it's fake. I think all the backers on all 5 of them are fake. I have no idea what like the end game is with it, with the removing backers and putting more on there, especially if like the campaigns aren't even funding. They set like a $10,000 goal on it or something like that, and
that's the thing. It's Kickstarter, so it's not like they're taking your money, and then you're getting the refund. It's I'm pledging to support, and now I'm not pledging to support. So there's no actual financial transaction. So what the hell is the point of this?
Yeah,
there is no like you're not actually accomplishing anything. At least on Indiegogo, when you move money. Like there is sleight of hand there. There's no financial follow through.
Yeah, it's like a failed attempt at money laundering.
or an elaborate troll, or I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what it is. I honestly think that's like how many Comicsgate books have this been done to? They got Lepresti.
They got Robo-Toad. Mark Brooks came for it, man.
That's exactly what Amanda was saying. We notice because we're all queued into each other. We are a network, and they've been hitting the network, so we're like, shit, they've been hitting the network. But there's millions of crowdfunding shit going on. They could be hitting just as many of those, and there's no way to cross-reference. And the only reason we realize that so many of our projects are getting hit is because we all got eyes on each other's backs. There are not like a million tech companies that are all protecting each other and watching out for each other, running their their watches and what are they called? The Tamagotchis and shit that they're running over
like
there.
Even if where we are kind of aware of it, and I know I posted, I'm like, hey, your creators might want to check Kickstarter for your IP, see if they're on it. Now, if Matt Fowler was supposed to do that, he would be looking for like Tiger Blue, and then they changed the name, so it'd be a little more difficult for him to check it if somebody else didn't recognize it.
Backer kit. I was just Googling my backer kit in the morning, to kind of see, how it does when you look at it towards the middle of the campaign or whatever. And it was just unsung, and it was on Kickstarter. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not on Kickstarter.
But wait, but it's
then I was like, no, $7,000. Like
he was searching for it.
No, I just Googled Tiger Blue backer kit, to like look it up in the morning or whatever.
Like Kick Tracks, it like keeps track of the.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa, $7,000. Where's this? Wait, 139 backers. So I was simultaneously like, what the fuck? And like, holy crap, like that's cool. Like happy about that shit. But yeah, the whole thing is just fugazi, some type of fakeness. We'll probably never really know what exactly was going on.
So Mobig says,
I think you guys give way too much. You guys give way too much of a benefit of doubt to the people that hate Comicsgate.
Man, there are not enough people that hate Comicsgate to take their time to copy our campaigns and then advertise it to people on Kickstarter. No, man, you're paranoid. It's the same thing with I get
just
it.
Because I'm paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get us all.
True,
I get so many emails that tell me about my Netflix being compromised and my PayPal being compromised. And then when I go into those places, they're absolutely fine. So I think it's just something, very similar to that. It's just they're reaching for some money the easiest way they can.
You know what it could have been, Mo? It could have been Vita Ayala copied Roach Balls, to get back at Rich for
Vita Ayala and Tess Fowler making Roach Balls.
She's like, catch it,
Tess Fowler. Tess Fowler stole the campaign from Matty.
They're getting
it's a secret cabal of people that are trying to like tear down Comicsgate creators because Peter Cimetti pissed people off, and
there was a bit of
having an auction for his cat.
It was
I'm
all
gonna
kinds
jump
of
in.
chaos.
I want to read Mo Biggs's comments because there were two of them they tied
it.
together, and I thought they were funny. Marie Gooch's LinkedIn. I help Gen Xers who are ready to get serious about their financial future. This isn't helping. And then the other one. Now I have to find it. Here we go.
It was Mags.
No.
She wanted Roach Balls to kill her bed bugs.
Really good too, man. That's a fierce motherfucker.
The only other living Marie Gooch I could find is someone intern at B2B Publishing.
Oh,
obviously a different person.
Oh shit! There it is. That's the conspiracy right there. Yeah. Did you guys notice Varian's back? Did you notice that? Did you guys get that notification?
Didn't. I'm not keeping up on that really.
Oh, you got the update from Odin.
No, I got a notification. I got a bell. Somebody dung my bell, and I got a notification that he was back with 3,000 new subscribers.
Hey, Art and Times of J. Ryan. So for those who have just joined us, like Shadowhawk and Noah and Colonel Crack and the Art and Times of J. Ryan, our guest did not show up.
He got hit by a car.
There was some urgent pressing matter that
he's a ninja.
He didn't use his ninja skills to avoid the car.
I mean, or he's a ninja and got like called on some secret ninja mission. And
I think that's it.
Tell us.
Speaking of getting hit by cars, it wasn't too long ago that I left this after this asshole tried to shove his Kia Soul up my asshole. I left it looking like it hit a deer. That was fun. Well, that was fun. But when you bounce off like a superhero and you walk away, the lawyers don't care about you.
What's his Instagram?
I have to learn.
Hey, we got Lord Ravener. What's up, Lord Ravener? Thank you for tuning in.
If it's super easy to copy a campaign, they can post it, add 100 fake backers, and lure in 5 or 10 marks. It wouldn't be thousands, but it could be hundreds of dollars.
That's fair. But if they wanted to hurt Comicsgate, they'd be going after people like Ethan and Shane and Malin, and they'd be doing stuff like that. They wouldn't be hitting the little comic book creators like Matty and Rich. I know Vinny is big-ish, but even he's not like a super popular, powerful name in Comicsgate. If it was people who were trying to take down CG, they'd be trying to lure backers off of the campaigns that get all of the traction and all of the visibility.
Or
they wouldn't be jacking Slumtown books, man.
Exactly. Because that's where we are, baby. We up in that Slumtown.
Hold up, hear me out. The reason why they go after CG slums is because they know if they go after someone like Ethan, and he gets a lawyer because he has because any legal battle costs money that most people don't have. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So taking them down, we can take them down, but we can't take them and fuck their life up for doing this nonsense. They go after someone like Ethan, but he's got the kind of money to crush.
I may be in Slumtown, but copy my campaign and see what happens. That's all I'm saying. I may hang out down here with you guys because it's where I belong and it's where I feel at home. But they don't know that. They don't know who they're fucking with when they steal campaigns like that, which is why I'm saying, I don't think it's a secret, organized cabal of people that are out to get us. That's just
There was a secret organized cabal of people to kick certain people out of the comics industry, and it still exists.
but they organized that shit in back channel whisper network rooms, and they targeted professionals. None of us are fucking professional. None of us hit 6 figures. You know what I mean? We're not a threat to the comics mainstream.
As far as they understand, we're we're living on cat food like their creators, and we won't have the money to crush them. That's the way that's to me. That's the way I see it. Crush the smaller creators, and you damage the overall movement. You don't damage.
So am I to understand this correctly? They're making fake campaigns on Kickstarter to lure away Comicsgate customers from Comicsgate projects that are on Indiegogo, because they want those people who would be backing Comicsgate, and Comicsgate runs on Indiegogo, to be backing them on Kickstarter. Explain that logic.
Well, and who's they? Let's clarify who they is, because
the people making the campaign.
Matt has had his campaign on Kickstarter. A few Colossals is on Kickstarter. By Side Height. We don't only operate on Indiegogo these days. I just feel like there is like, it's not a coincidence that so many Comicsgate books are getting this done to them. Are there other books that may be happening to them? But it ain't a coincidence.
See, what Neff's saying is most of the books on Indiegogo are CG, right?
Right.
So if you jack anything from Indiegogo, you're most likely to get a handful of CG shit when you're reaching in that bucket to take a handful, right?
And Amanda's making the point that the majority of campaigns on Indiegogo are not Comicsgate book. The overwhelming majority of millions of campaigns that are run on Indiegogo are for shit other than comics. And we have no idea how many of those are getting jacked and duped over on Kickstarter. Right. And I can guarantee you the ones that are getting higher totals than the weird little exercises that they're doing jacking ours. Maybe it's testing. Maybe they're trying to see if they can get away with it. Maybe like there's all of these unfounded reasons, but a concerted effort to try and take 10 backers from a Comicsgate campaign. These motherfuckers are lazy, all right? Like, they're lazy out in the real world. The amount of effort that it takes to do this and then somehow circulate it, maybe they got to buy ads because this shit ain't going to be promoting itself. You know, like, what is the point? I don't understand that. These 90-something backers, no one has backed a single tier. So it's not people who are interested in buying the product or getting it. They're throwing money in and then refunding money out. No one's actually there to get the book.
Go, Tim. Go, Tim. Go, Tim. Go.
Mo Biggs cracked it. He figured it out. What are the odds that 2 Crack Pack icons get targeted?
It's Danny.
This is Danny
written all over it.
Me and Rich.
Right.
Come on, man. That's a direct Crack Pack.
In fact, I bet you it was Danny who killed our guest.
Oh, yes.
The CG Hitman is struck again.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that's true. And Mo would like to remind us that #GoFundMo is still 100% fudge free.
It's because scammers know CG has loyal backers, therefore fleece the larger. I don't get that at all. I don't understand.
What happens when someone takes a mailing list though, and then like
you guys you don't understand though? They're not like fleecing us. They're not stealing our customers. The people who are backing those campaigns don't think they're getting the book. And if they thought they were getting the book, they would be getting it on Indiegogo because they would be coming to us on Indiegogo because we go directly to our fans. It's not like someone who's out to back a CG book gets lost on their way to Indiegogo and backs it on Kickstarter.
Right.
So Noah says maybe it's to scare creators so they stop creating. Like if you're creating something and it's getting stolen, you might just get
it might be, and they'd be wrong. That's fine for them to put in all of this effort to achieve nothing. That's my point. They're achieving nothing.
I'm assuming it's got to be like an attempt at money laundering.
It's got to be an attempt at something. Yeah. We don't know what it is yet. But
like
I think
they make a bunch of fake accounts or whatever, and
back it this is pure mischief.
Yeah. But before I get out of here, because I got shit to do.
And French
fries. Okay, all right. You're too busy for this.
He has to go to Coney
I'm going to see fireworks with my kid. But thanks for having me on. And like I said, just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get all of us. And I'll talk to you guys later. Hail Comics.
All right, man. Take it easy. I'll see you soon. Bye. GoFundMo is still 100% fudge free. That's true. This is why Eric July is making his own crowdfunding sites. But you know what? I bet you someone copies Ripaverse.
Yeah,
and there'd be no way for him to know without looking, right? And they'll just call it Icon or ISOM or ISO.
You don't think somebody's going to recognize that much quicker than some of the, low scale?
Absolutely. I absolutely do think that they'll recognize it, but that's the thing. Are they trying to scam people into backing Ripa's campaign on Kickstarter, or are they just using that as a front for whatever it really is that they're doing? Because when I put my name out there at a convention, I'm interfacing with people. I'm getting them to come to my campaign. When I advertise, I'm getting people to come to the link that I give out, or the scan the QR code that I give them. Or if I'm hitting a show, they're throwing my URL in the chat. Or if I'm advertising on like Taboola or Facebook or anything like that, they're putting the direct ad and link to the campaign. So whoever's putting this stuff up over there without keying into any of these direct lines to market that I have, they're just using my face. That there's no attempt to get my customers, because my customers have my URL, they have my links, they have my QR code, they've seen me on stream, they know me on Twitter. Like, that's what I'm saying. There's no way to get at my customer base and trick them into backing me over there.
Raiden Radio says still a better pitch than B-Rose. Oh, we have a Danny.
Oh no!
We should probably leave those other people's Kickstarters alone. They probably just made a mistake. I know.
Neff, you're a mutual comic skater, and you ripped off a child's book. So why wouldn't people who hate us rip off people's
totally
books?
Different spelling.
But no, I did it out of love. I did it out of love for you, not out of hate. Yeah.
Noah, you had Mavericks before Noah was born.
Well, no, I mean not that, but they are spelled differently. Danny looks like a beat up extra in that old Eddie Murphy show, The Pea Chase. Do you remember that show?
I do not.
It's claymation. It kind of looked like the California Raisins meets Bebe's Kids or something.
I like the California Raisins, but
have you seen?
I can get them by talking about Front Mission. You're right, Jay. You could get them that way.
Have you guys seen D-Wag bring back the California Raisins for that fucking?
I've seen the California Raisins. He could do that. He could very well get the crack quartet.
3 words: be Clay more. That's what Movic says.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but I just assumed just because I was dumb.
Good assumption.
A writer or comic creator, I could have it wrong, but B. Claymore, that's a person.
I
don't know who that is though.
I don't know either.
I'm trying to remember.
I know what a claymore is.
I know, that's what my brain is like.
He's like a Marvel writer or something.
That joke went over our head, Mo.
Yeah.
All the time.
See, that's the problem when you are the internet and you have all the knowledge. Sometimes you forget and assume other people know the things you do. Mo is a accelerated, quantum entity living in cyberspace that knows all this shit, and sometimes he forgets that we're dumb.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
And I do have that vision of Mo. I'm like, I picture him being a person who is set up in front of 25 monitors and have all this high tech stuff at his fingertips. And
I don't think Mo has a body.
To recall it so quick. Maybe not.
Mo is the internet.
Yeah, I don't think he has a body. I think he's in a sarcophagus, like something straight out of Warhammer, and he has projected his consciousness into circuitry. So,
you remember that episode of the X-Files
coming out of him, and yeah.
You remember that episode of the X-Files where that artificial intelligence lived in a server that was in a trailer, in a trailer park, in the middle of nowhere and stuff, and it would order all those satellite strikes and shit. Mo probably is some situation similar to that, that episode of the X-Files.
Roy says he tried to include nudes of himself to advertise and doesn't know why it didn't work. You see, that's a great way to do it, because if they're going to try and steal your campaign, they're going to be looking at your nudes, right? So
it said Roy draws. I thought that said Rainy draws for a second. I was like, wait, that didn't work? What are you talking about?
Was everyone blind?
See, I don't know if he seems like CIA-controlled opposition. I think he seems like opposition that's controlling the CIA, maybe. He's opposed to what it is they're doing, but then he's using them as puppets.
Mo says looks like they also got
Nosfero from Champ. Really? How are you finding all this stuff?
Because he's the internet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to D-Reg Colonel Crack.
Sorry.
I don't make the rules, Jeremy.
Sorry, Colonel Crack. The freak abides.
You'll the freak abides. It's just gonna be our new thing on Twitter. The freak abides. Yeah, maybe you'll redeem yourself. We'll have another Jeremy Thevenot redemption arc.
Is it called Nosfero still, or did they change the name?
Multiple people only one account. I know. I'm gonna try and Google it now. Or
can't we alert the cyber police and have them backtrace her identity? I don't know. Why don't you call the guy who got your account back? You know, the dude who works at the gas station, D-Wag, the guy you paid $150 to. He could probably figure this out. What was his name? I don't remember.
Anger.
I searched
Nosfero,
and it didn't come up, but I can try.
Mo, what are you doing about this, Mo?
It's the name, yo. It's called Crypt Walker.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Oh, the subtitle.
Tong Me Foon. Tong Me Fun.
I wonder if Chance is aware of that.
Plane crash and the people trolled the news station with all the names of the people on the plane.
Yeah, I remember that. Holy fuck, we too low.
Yeah, we
something Wong. Ding Bong
Wong. Yeah, dude, for sure.
Ding Bong now.
This one's Tongue Me Fun. Tongue Me Fun. So it sounds like that.
I'm upset now they didn't steal mine. What am I, not good enough? Am I chopped liver?
I'm upset Sean only has $1 and I have $7,000. It's like, what's wrong with Sean's campaign? Let's get some of those numbers in there, man.
I guess they took it down because I'm searching on Kickstarter for the Crypt Walker and it's not coming up.
Oh yeah,
one word or two words.
Funding.
Try one word.
Oh, says it did make $1,273 originally, and it is suspended.
Did you guys search for the origin?
Yeah, I looked for Origins Volume 1. I could look for The Origin. That would be hilarious if they just called my book The Origin. Too many, they're right. It's just, Origins.
Raiden Radio's got it.
What was the other one? Genesis, right? Genesis and Origins. They're just being overused now.
Slinky promotion?
Origin. See, we got it? No, there's nothing.
Let's see. What else could it be? I don't know.
My shit's not good enough for them to steal, man.
Well, we did run.
But
you had a Tiger Blue, but you didn't do
He didn't run Tiger Blue 2.
No. And they didn't call it Tiger Blue. They called it Unsung.
Yeah.
Right.
What else could they call it?
Hey, look, it's Dame Gang on Kickstarter.
I don't think they did a Kickstarter.
Oh, really?
I want to say they did.
Oh, yeah, Lorraine Bryant.
Oh,
no, that's
Lorraine
not
Bryant. I found
Dame Bryant's like a oversized bra store, I think.
I found Dame Gang, guys.
And they straight up called it Dame Gang.
They straight up called it Dame Gang.
But with
dude, so we're up to like 8 jacked ones now instead of 6.
There it is.
I wonder if they're aware.
Fuck.
This is volume 2, and they just called it Dame Gang.
Yeah, but they just spelled it wrong. Mavericks.
No, watch they spelled it like Noah's book.
Neff's campaign is on there as Top Mech Maverick. I think Neff would be okay with that, actually. He'd be like, all right, you know what? I'm okay with that.
Yeah, look, Lorraine Bryant first created Zero Back. Looks like we're gonna have to report this too.
Yeah,
we should let Billy Nunez know. I'm just gonna copy it and throw the link at him.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should do a concentrated search, guys. For everyone's campaigns, because
I wasn't finding these coming up in the new. Like I was trying to scroll through newly released campaigns, just in order to kind of see them popped up, and they weren't like populating in that newly listed list. And I scrolled for like a good 45 minutes, through that new list, and I didn't see Peter's, I didn't see mine, or Aaron Lepresti's when I was looking. So.
Now, with Kickstarter, where it says Lorraine Bryant first created Zero Back means Lorraine has not backed any projects, correct?
Right.
For right there? Okay.
What we should do is everybody should check, we should do a concentrated search. For all like their campaign or campaigns that they can think of, and we should just canvas it. Pull out the ones that are getting duped and write an open letter to Kickstarter from 250 people. I'm dead ass serious. And then I will retain my attorney for a class action lawsuit.
We should look at other Slumtown books like Black Tiger or what's
it's gotta be all Slumtown books. You're right.
Owasi's book. What's that called?
Veil Walker.
Veil Walker. Look up Walker Veil, like Texas Ranger or something.
Now watch, all these reports will get done. And then Kickstarter will be so what do you want to call it? But then they'll give everybody when Matty wants to do Tiger Blue 2 for real, they're gonna make them jump through hoops to make sure it's the right one.
It's possible, but it's also possible that they don't, because they don't want to admit to the public that they've done goofed in such a significant way. Do you remember when Elon Musk threatened to buy Twitter? Do you remember that? Yeah, this is the real Veil Walker. It's Stefan.
Oh, it's real. Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
Do you remember when Elon Musk didn't threaten? He asked to buy Twitter, and they were like, "Okay." And he was like, "But why don't you show me how many bots there are? I need to verify the." And they were like, "No, we can't do that." And he's like, "All right, well, I won't buy Twitter." And they're like, "Well, we'll sue you." He's like, "Okay, well, you'll go to court, and you'll have to put into discovery how many bot accounts there are." It's because you can't fight the truth. So what we do is we check, we make a list, we go to them, and we say, "You're going to take care of this, and you're going to reinforce your standards, and you're going to take care of the people that are honestly going to be putting stuff on your platform, or we're just going to go to the fucking news."
Right.
Because there's 250 of us. And a pending class action. If you want to play, I will play.
Because I mean, I could almost argue that allowing these to exist is kind of discouraging
stealing money from us,
backing my Indiegogos,
And we've uncovered a deep-seated corruption on their website, which is complete and total negligence and oversight when they're the ones saying, "Hey, we have a content checking team. We check for blood and gore and violence." Yeah, but you don't check for the campaign owner, do you? You know what I mean? Like we're so tight about the trust and safety. There is no trust and there is no safety.
Is not Kickstarter.
They had one. They still have one.
Oh,
Jalila, what's her name? Retired.
Yeah, I thought when she retired that was it.
No, they definitely have a advisory board and a trust and safety board. And
there's a new girl, and we've been tweeting her today, and she's promised to she says this is way out of her pay grade and has promised to alert her supervisors, though. Like the outreach.
I mean, at least she's responding. You can't really fault these, the cogs in the machine. That's why we should just take the initiative. If you guys give me a list of all of the campaigns with the links that have been duped, I will step forward and start putting together an open letter. We'll have everybody sign on to it. We'll submit it to Kickstarter, and we'll let them know if they don't respond to us within 7 days. We're just going to go to the news. We'll give it to Bleeding Cool. We'll give it to Bleeding Fool. We'll give it to fucking Fox if we have to, because Fox loves us for some reason. No, he does. They do. Mike Barron. Barron went on Fox. They love Comicsgate.
Yeah, that's why I was.
Mike Barron's on that fake campaign. Like he's listed right up there, front and center, as writing.
There it is. That's your in. That's your in. Mike Barron could say, "I'm getting scammed," because it is Tiger Blue and his name is on that campaign. So, boom, whatever, man. We could make this happen very easily.
Raiden Radio says you're gonna sue a Bay Area tech company that probably operates in the red.
For publicity, yes, absolutely. For publicity, 100%. It's David versus Goliath right there. You know what I mean? They're not going to want to go to court. They're going to want to drag it out. They're going to want to tie it up in discovery and then adjournments over and over and over again. But, I'll just have court fees on them. They'll eventually settle.
I stopped tripping as hard when I realized that it was fake customers. Like when it was 139 people I thought were interested in what I was doing and kind of like invested in me to only be like schwammied or whatever. Like I was like, fuck, I was pissed, but I kind of cooled out when I realized it's fake.
That's the other thing though. I gotta wonder if it was people who were interested in you and in Tiger Blue, right? Is it because they were randomly surfing through Kickstarter looking for things to back and came across the Tiger book? How many people do you think do that?
Yeah.
How many people do you think just go on Kickstarter and surf through comics looking for random things to back in this economy Do you do that? I don't do that. Amanda, do you do that? Do you go on Indiegogo and just scroll through their horribly organized comics discovery system? Because I can't tell what's what where. Half of them are like in demand or even closed out. It's horribly designed. The discovery on that website is absolute ass. So my point is, like, if these were real customers that would be interested in you, I seriously think that they would be going to you. That was the whole point of Comicsgate in the first place. Direct to the customer, customer access, live streams with the creator, that whole bit. So you don't ever get fooled. I can't imagine that like a person like that would not exist. They wouldn't be looking for you.
Dean says, Neff did it. He really did it. He sent follow the link.
Of course I did, man.
Why not?
All right.
Take notes.
It's
Taking
Matty.
notes.
It is Matty. I want to
So
look
have you been seeing all the people at Comic-Con? Like the big Wesley Snipes table or any of that shit?
Oh, at San Diego Comic-Con? I haven't been paying attention. I saw something on Instagram the Gifted Rebels posted, but that was about it. I have not been paying attention to it all that much. I should, but
dude, discoverability is so bad on all of these sites. It's just awful. Show me comics projects on Earth sorted by magic.
Yeah, I know, by magic.
By magic.
I sorted by newest releases and was scrolling for about 45 minutes trying to find any of our stuff, you know?
It's funny. Berserker is still their highest funded comic book project. And yeah, it only made 1,400,000. Rippa's like almost doubled that.
So I thought
he has overdoubled that. He's overdoubled that.
I had some crazy revelation today happen too. Like
what?
Rippa's with this $3 million is the fucking hoo-wah, the screw-wah, like everything be all end all, right?
You're not the only one. Max said just make the same tweet.
I was gonna say my guy, my cover artist, Ricardo Jaime, artist of Dixie Rose and the Prospectors and all my shit. He was doing this side project called God Slap while he was working on friggin' Dixie Rose last year. And I saw like a cartoon of it last week that I sent you guys. Like, yo, Ricardo's project is a cartoon now.
Yeah, I'm reaching out to the animation team.
I was talking to Ricardo today, and I was like, he's like, yo, they sold over 12,000 copies of just the variant covers of God Slap. He's like, the main amount of God Slap sold is some ungodly amount that would like dwarf any of this shit going on right now. Apparently the dude who ran the shit has 10 million YouTube subscribers.
Yeah, like, it's that, what's his name with the black hair? You see him in reaction gifs all the time.
Yeah, I've never heard of him before.
The long black hair. He's a Twitch streamer.
Right. So anyway, his
that dude
premiere video had 880,000 likes or some shit. Like they compared the two, and it's like he didn't flex his numbers and try to like be boastful and arrogant and gloating, and he like owned the shit. It's like, damn, my cover artist is the fucking artist of this rip-eclipsing size franchise. It's like, man, what I don't know, you can fill a room with, you know? It's like, I feel like I know nothing, you know? And it really like puts in perspective like planets and moons and galaxies and fucking like, yo, for everybody who thinks they're a sun, there's a galaxy out there, right? And for every motherfucker who thinks there's a galaxy, there's a fucking universe. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, then down here in slum towns, we're just tiny little citizens on the planet, you know, not even cities, not even countries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we think the sun is whatever, right? But the sun ain't shit. The galaxy came and fucking eclipsed that. And then I was like, oh, the galaxy. And then within a week, I'm like, oh, motherfucker, galaxies ain't shit, dude. Didn't you hear? There's universes out there that just swallow that shit. So
infinite parallel realities.
What I want to know is if I'm working with the same ingredients and artists that galaxies, universes, and suns are all stealing from me, why the fuck is my shit selling at like slum town city levels? And the
I can
difference
tell you the answer,
YouTube, bro. It's YouTube. It's 10 million YouTubers.
It's reach.
1 million YouTubers versus 100,000 YouTubers versus I don't even have a YouTube channel.
It doesn't need to be YouTuber. It doesn't need to be YouTube. You know, like I'm gonna give you an example right now. All right, Nick Sandman, the kid who was on the steps of the Washington Monument or whatever, he got made fun of in the news, like got all this shit wrong, and there was a big controversy.
Is that the one with the Indian guy like drumming in his face?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Imagine he makes a comic book, sells 1 million copies. Why?
Salmon Man.
Right? He's Sandman.
Sandman.
He's not on YouTube. He's not on YouTube. It's just visibility. That's all it is. It's visibility, and you just get your visibility any way you can. Like writing an open letter to Kickstarter and threatening to sue them. That's you know what I mean. That's get your visibility. It doesn't have to be
unknowns out here.
Streaming.
You don't know what you don't know, Matt.
Yeah, exactly.
Luke Stone.
Would Rumstone call it unknown unknowns or some shit during the never mind.
Hey, guess what? I found Hybrids the Killing Fields. It's been duped by Project 13. And they called it the Killing Field 1 through 3. I'm gonna go hit up Luke Stone right now. Let him know.
We've got to have hit 10 by now. Like that has to be 10 projects by now that we found. We got to be up to 10.
I think Sandman might be taken.
I found Shadowpunk on Kickstarter.
Really?
It looks like that one's already been recorded. What do you want to call it?
Closed out or whatever.
Oh, it says it's suspended. So my guess is somebody already realized it wasn't the right one. But yep.
That's a lot. This is a lot.
Neff, check for some non-CG books and see if it happened to some of them.
I'm looking. The thing is that there are not a whole lot of people on Indiegogo who don't consider themselves or aren't labeled as CG.
I know it has happened in the reverse where people from Kickstarter have had their
search Indiegogo. That's the problem on Indiegogo is you can't fucking find anything.
I say they've had their campaigns stolen and put on Indiegogo. So I think they're just taking stuff that's on Indiegogo and putting it on Kickstarter, and then stuff on Kickstarter and doing it on Indiegogo.
I see Cider. I see Colossals.
No, that's on purpose. Cider relaunch.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I saw Niobe too, but I'm pretty sure that one knows.
Yeah, that's Larry's. That's Larry's. Yep. The thing is, you got
those movie books over on Kickstarter, man. That's his.
They do. I'm telling you, there's a secret to that too. You got to explore.
It's all about the guy we had on Wednesday, Scott Wilke. He has 2 books right there. He's cool dude. But Kari, who does SPQR, who does the art for Odin, is doing the art for a book for him, and it's an erotic cyberpunk, and it's like $20-something thousand, and his other book still did well, but like not as much as the erotic cyberpunk because oops.
Hey, what's up, Ollie? See you in the chat.
Ollie.
Hey, Ollie. We also had Murph come in before I don't
Professor Murph
got to Murph Ballad of the Celestial.
Oh, okay. Mike Murphy. What's up, Mike Murphy? I'm scrolling through my thing here.
Steve said Ripa has hype sales, but will it actually be good?
What?
He's talking about Ripa.
I have no idea. I haven't backed it yet.
And Zayd says, if y'all see Becky,
and the sales are good. They're no God slaps. So like, let's like keep it real 100 from now on. You know, I mean, because I'm tired of living in fucking false narratives and fake fucking dialectics or whatever the shit. You know, like I'm tired of being faked out. You know what I'm saying? If it's like the sun ain't the biggest star in the sky, let's be 100 with that shit.
Down with you.
You want me to add you to stream so everyone can see you scrolling through Kickstarter?
If you want.
Yeah, he's just like in the zone now. He's just
Tomorrow Girl versus Comet America. Is that a real book?
That's his Ben Dunn.
Yeah. No, Ben Dunn's a real person.
Ben Dunn's the guy that Ninja High School and owns Anarchy.
That's what I was saying. Like,
he's the guy he's the guy that's doing the thing with Niobe now too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm pretty sure that one is legit. Hey, Elliot Rodriguez.
What's up, Nigma? My boy, it's my Twitter brother
hanging
right
out,
there.
Chatting, relaxing, all cool. Because why not?
And I got a really awesome piece of art from Ricardo that I can't show you guys yet, but when you see it, you guys are gonna be blown away, man.
I'm excited.
Dude, all right, so here's the book that we were talking about that Kari is on. The one that Will
add that to the stream.
Yeah.
No, so you opened a new tab, which is not the tab that you're
sharing.
So
share the one that I'm doing.
I can't do that. You have to.
Oh my god. All right. I don't know where the thing is now.
Neff is boomerang.
I hate you.
You should know not that.
Share screen. Stop.
There we go. I'm gonna talk him through it. Chrome tab.
God, this.
There you go.
All right. Add to the thing.
There we go.
Hey, Elliot.
This is the book that we were talking about. So yeah, it's boobies, right? $25,000.
565 backers.
First time, never done before. Just
I mean, Scott's run other.
Yes, I mean, Bad Bug is awesome.
Yeah.
Bad Bug really knows their shit. I want to team up with them and take over Kickstarter. That's one of the things that I want to be doing. But look, it's not even under his name though. It's not Scott Wilke. It's Hypergeist.
Yeah, because they have so many things that they're running at the same time.
Well, I mean, and I bet there it is, the collaborator. So it is Mike Tenner, right?
Yep. Teener.
Right, Teener.
Yeah, I know. I corrected you the other day, but
look, it's really nice art. You know, like it's Kari.
Because we were.
we
just had them on. That's why I thought.
But this is
Neff
great.
just wants to look at boobs. Great. That's really all.
I mean, I could do that on my own time.
As an excuse.
I could do that on my own time, man. But it's cute art. You know, it's really good, and there's lots of boobs and stuff. So of course, $25,000. Why not? Why wouldn't it be? Now I will take it down.
There you go.
What do you think, Amanda?
Boobies.
Yeah.
But that's like all over Kickstarter. There's so many NSFW covers and all that jazz.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised that they flagged CJ Vacation on Indiegogo. I'm like, yeah, you get ladies in bikinis, but what looks so erotic about that?
Right. Exactly. I was shocked when he said that.
The whole month or whatever.
I'm like, that's
the first
crazy.
30 days it didn't even get to show up on trending or any of that shit.
Right. I'm like, just read the campaign. You know what I mean? If it doesn't have any mention about it being,
No, there was nothing. And there was nothing overtly sexual or do you know what I mean? I mean, it was they were wearing bikinis, like you said, but that was, I don't know, not something I would think that would need to get flagged.
I was about to click because I'm like, that's exiled. No, that's Adam Lawson's exiled.
Yeah, that's supposed to be there.
Yeah,
because he did that on.
Yeah, I saw that one too, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm like, no, that's right.
Neff is just like, I'm gonna find.
I was looking at some of the more recent launched CG campaigns, and Shadowpunk was the only one that I found that I didn't know of before.
So you know how we're talking about people don't scroll through Kickstarter and look for campaigns they want to back?
Mm-hmm.
I'm now that guy. Look at this. Look at the art.
Oh,
here.
He just found something he wants to back.
Would you look at the art?
I will look at it when we're not on stream.
Holy
because you're not sharing anymore.
Please share with the class.
We got a box.
I was gonna say, you have to.
Who is this dude? Get him on the show.
Did you bring enough to share with the whole class?
Trevor Fernandez Linkowitz.
Okay, you still are not sharing your screen. So
from Hong Kong, which means it's far.
That would be great. From Trevor Fernandez Linkowitz from Hong Kong. No, look at this though. Area 51, the Helix Project. I heard about this. I heard about the Helix Project. We just
check the tiers if people are buying the tiers. Just real.
Yeah, no, it's he's a legit dude. He's 5 created, 24 back. He's a legit person. But all right, fine. So we got 26 backers on the digital, 32 on the first print, 21. Yeah, we got 19 on the multiple covers bundle. We got 12. So this looks like a legitimate campaign, and I'm really interested in the art here.
Yeah,
I don't think it's everybody's style, but
it's different.
Looking at it. Yeah, I'm looking at it here.
You like that cover with the red and white stripes.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, they got a box. Smart box.
If it's sold, there's a box.
Oh, I mean, I'm not sold yet, but
he likes boxes. confirm.
I'm looking at the way that.
So wait, are those the people that have worked on mainstream stuff? Is that what it was pointing out?
No, this was if you like.
Oh, okay.
Are we sure?
These things. Yeah. Says Helix. All right, here. This is what it says. If you got a bit of science or sci-fi nerd in your soul, the word helix first brings to mind the crazy twists and strands of the DNA that defines living species, an admirable act of personal creative mojo, and blah, 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 daredevil. You know? This is the if you like these things.
Oh,
I don't think he did that, right? Or no, maybe he did. Maybe DJ Chester did do that.
I say he's on the DC database.
Okay,
so I'm assuming.
So then,
that he actually did work on those.
Oh, okay. That's why. And
yeah, he's an editor and writer.
Perfect. And this is not doing too bad. It's only got 7,000, right? So it's like we got former pros making that $7,000. Just for everyone's edification, Matty's comic book was doing better than that this morning before the massive refunds when everyone found out that it was a fake.
My real one's doing better than that too, I think.
Yeah,
but I prefer the art on Matty's more than that Area 51.
Thank you.
I get that. I can feel.
Roy says that cover looks something like those Heavy Metal magazine covers.
That might be why I like it. The faces in this are like fugly. Why does everyone do fugly like share my screen here? Why does everybody do fugly faces? You know what I mean? Like that is a fugly ass face.
Check if only Death Can Save Us is on it. I wonder if they stole Only Death Can Save Us.
Yeah, I would.
Or any more of the Fudge books, from the Fudge deal. Like
I like those faces better than some others I've seen.
Well, yeah.
Like they have a little bit more emotions than some others I've seen.
That's fair.
Yeah, this definitely looks like he's got.
I think you're reacting to like the lines on them, but I don't know if that's.
He looks like he's having a feeling there. You know, he's right.
It looks like he's broken, all those cracks.
I don't know what that is. That looks like terror mixed with I have to poop.
I don't see Only Death Can Save Us. I'm even like Save Us Death, or I'm trying to like put in different variations.
Maybe help us out, Death or something.
Lend me a hand, Grim Reaper.
Death the second one does have a subtitle though.
Oh yeah, what's the subtitle for the second one?
Let me see if I can figure it out. Tech Stone. TECHSTONE.
Like Luke Stone?
But with tech.
Tech, yep.
All right, let me search Tech Stone. No.
Okay.
It's not coming up for me.
That's
but
not
I also
Starlight
fail
Cats,
at
right?
like finding things
that's G
all the time. So I would not be surprised if someone else was like, yeah, search right here.
We need the weaponized autism of Mr. Dongs and his cohort.
Yeah, man. Seriously, he would break this stuff down. He's so thorough.
Of a grid of it and exactly how many of them were faked and how much the fake CG has earned.
You'd have a fucking spreadsheet. It would be great. I have such respect for that man, and at the same time, I feel so bad for him because it's like, dude, you put in so much effort. Clearly, there's so much effort involved.
Mobig says the weird lines on their faces are so the penciler doesn't get yelled at by the colorist for just tracing photos and doing no hard work. He has to alter it. We've lost Neff to the wormhole of fake Kickstarters. Sleuthin. Bunny goes to space. Okay, there's some weird shit on Kickstarter.
The sisterhood.
Yeah.
I haven't really scrolled. Stabity the Bunny is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Stabity Bunny.
That's Scout. Isn't it?
It's a Scout book.
Yep. Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, everybody crowdfunds as proof of concept, man.
Mm-hmm.
Zombie Tramp 57. That's an interesting.
That's Monica's book. That the original artist for that Zombie Tramp, I think, is Monster MD and Terrence.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I was like the art looks good. It's just like it was a weird title.
Yeah.
I actually met that guy at the what was it? Fan Expo. They had a booth and I recognized the art style, and I was like, "Yo, is that a Monica?" And he's like, "It's Marco," but yeah, same deal, same difference.
Dan Mendoza is credited as the artist, writer, and publisher, and Nightmare Lynch
is the other artist.
Yeah.
They must have replaced. This is from the first issues.
It looks like it has a very similar style.
It does.
To
you could
Monster
share
MD.
again.
Well, I would have, but somebody took away my sharing.
I did not.
I share all the time.
Someone would be you.
You're a zombie tramp.
I'm a zombie tramp, sure.
Cover featuring art by Dan Mendoza. Right. This is the covers. Here's the original. Like, look, I mean, like, come on, $143,000 for
Jesus, that's a fucking
zombie with a nose ring, right?
I ain't doing it right, man.
right.
Like
Maddie, we are in the wrong game. We're like telling stories and shit with characters, and we should just turn all of our characters into hot chicks with boobs.
Zombie boobies?
Yeah.
I tried boobs too with a team of strippers behind it. I don't know, man. I can't make it work even with the titties, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, did you run it on Kickstarter?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I got like 200 something backers on Kickstarter for Dixie Rose. I think we might have got more backers on Kickstarter than on Indiegogo on that one.
Boobs sell on
The place to be with the boobs is Kickstarter.
It really is. Rise from your grave, says Mobe.
Oh, this is definitely
getting. He's talking about at the beginning of Altered Beasts, right? There's that really distorted Genesis voice, and it's like rise from your grave. But I got that reference, Mo.
Mechanized Fabrications #3. Is this my campaign? No.
No. Neff is like disappointed, but maybe it's because we actually had
nobody wants my book.
Mavericks Origins Volume 1 campaign that ran on Kickstarter, so I feel like
nobody wants to steal my book
because we used the same graphics that it wouldn't go through. Big
Quantum Marmalade.
We all appreciate you. Yeah, now Neff is just naming things. I mean, I was doing that too, so I guess I can't really complain.
Did you search for some of your mech names?
Yeah, I went through and I tried a whole bunch of different variations.
Look up Cerebum. Like Cerebum.
Yo, if they stole Cerebum and not Mavericks, I'm just gonna I'm
He's gonna go with
I'm out.
And just, not that I know what that is, but
just search for the
book.
Oh, Frankie Pants.
That's a cool looking.
Sarah.
That's probably cool.
Do y'all ever wonder about like the very act of promoting your comics and crowdfunding them is just kind of dangerous, right? As a creator, because like, why the fuck, if you're showing your campaign, all it takes is just some YouTube fucknut to come in and just be like, that looks cool. I'll take that and my 10 million subscribers and go to town. Like, fuck that. You understand? like that's some cut a bitch shit where I'm from. You understand?
Yeah, but
I feel that.
Like,
aren't you protecting your stuff if you're talking about it beforehand on stream, or if you already have your campaign that is published?
Yeah,
you had a book like Prospectors that looked dope but bombed out at $35,000 or $100, and then you get this guy with 10 million YouTube followers, see that art team and hire them and run away with your shit. You know what I'm saying?
But he's not running away with your shit. He's getting a look. It'd be like, it would be like Odin getting mad that Kari did a book that made 25,000 when SPQR didn't. It's the same artist, right? It should be the same thing. But what they'd be doing,
but that didn't happen with
if he
ran back in the day. When McFarlane was on a book, it sold. When Jim Lee was on a book, it sold. There's some other aspect to it now. That's some weird the super gayness, the part that makes your soul feel dead inside of this whole comic book creation is that. It's that thing that, like, how do you name it? It's like, it's the thing that cheapens everything and that degrades everything. Like, how do you put a label on it? Because I want to fight that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I don't want to fight Star Wars movies or worry that Barbie wasn't meant for me, so I'm mad now or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is that dark pit of like abyss, like I want to fight that shit. But I don't know, man. Shit's is weird to me. Motherfuckers coming up in my kitchen and stealing my ingredients and then going and making McDonald's with that shit. I'm seriously feeling like that small time shop in California that was McDonald's that made the shake and the burgers that Ray Kroc came in and ass fucked and went and made some real estate, other shit that had nothing to do with hamburgers. And that's like my overall take on the whole.
I hear you, but can I help you get the perspective? Just play. I don't want to play devil's advocate. I want to look at it from a different angle.
Right.
You had a dope ass art team, right?
Malin hired them. Or which one are you talking about? Which art team from which book? Because they've all been hired. You
gotta let me finish. We're talking about Ricardo, Jamie, and Marcos Martins.
Okay.
All right. We're talking about our mutual friends.
Right.
You had this team, right? And they were dope.
I put that chocolate and peanut butter together. Like I made that.
And it wasn't peanut butter and crushed glass, right? It wasn't not Starblades. It wasn't Starhenge. I forgot the name. Yeah. So some other dude, maybe he saw that and he was like, "Oh, dude, I love that art team. I'm gonna do my own thing." And he's got 10 million subscribers and he wrote a cyberpunk book with titties in it. Can you fault him when you have him doing prospectors? Can you fault him for like actually writing a script, bringing these guys in and making a book? You can't get mad at him for using the colorist and the line artist that you used. What you could fault him for is if he went and did a book about an amputee miner in the Wild West fighting demons.
Right.
That I would say would be the ingredients you're talking about. But right now, he's just using the same wrapping paper. What?
I don't know, man.
I get you.
I'm not cool with it. I'll never be cool with fucking biting ass motherfuckers. I'm hip hop. If you came in and started using the same samples I use to make my beats and using the same drum breaks I use to chop my drums, you would be a biting ass motherfucker. If you came to my hip hop show and heard all the MCs rhymes and then wrote them down and then went to St. Louis and spit the rhymes from here in St. Louis, you're a biting ass bitch. In my perception of reality,
you should not
be, for lack of a better word, these poachers lack creativity. They see what someone put together and jacked it. It's happened several times, and the people who jack the shit make a fuck ton of money off that shit. I'm just getting tired of putting together portfolios for people at my own expense to have these people go willy out. And then when they go willy out, they don't get any promotion or any crossover or any benefit from these huge projects. Kanan had to change his fucking name. Like, what? There's something wrong about this shit. And artists aren't really benefiting from this shit. They're being fucked. And the style is being bitten and jacked by these fucking bread tube fuckheads. You understand? As a comic creator, with this behind me, with this room of shit behind me and this years of shit behind me, I have a right to get pissed when bread tubers come in and bite my style and fucking jack my shit. I'm sorry.
You absolutely do. There's no reason for you not to get pissed, and you're totally entitled to your feelings. But what I'm going to say is, how many Daredevils are there?
Two.
How many times have we seen? How many times have we seen superheroes bitten off other superheroes? Names Deathstroke, recycled, Deadpool, teams recycled. Yeah, exactly. Deathstroke, Deadpool. We've seen it a million times. This shit is what it is. It's like, you know, you generate something for someone else to fucking copy. That's how comic books have been since the fucking beginning. Hell, that's the way that classical music was fucking Bach would write these amazing concertos, and Vivaldi was just like, yeah, I kind of like that. I'm just gonna rate a variation of it, and then he goes and does that. The thing is, I'm not saying it's imitation and flattery. I'm saying even outright theft. It's part of the game. You could get mad at it, man, but get mad at the game.
So the Luke Stone Hybrids one is a valid campaign.
Really?
Project 13 is him. It's an old band that he was in.
So he's just not running his own name over
right. There. So that don't report the Hybrids one.
Too late.
Because that's actually a legitimate campaign.
All right, fine.
That's Luke Stone.
Too late. So. I'm kidding.
So what's the fucking answer? Just draw some shitty fucking garbage that's not even thrilling and hope you don't get jacked? I mean, do you
suck it up and stop bitching? That's the answer. The answer is suck it up, stop bitching, go get fucking famous.
If I was famous, I would make comics. I would do cocaine and fuck strippers. Like more.
No. That's rich. Now. That's rich. You can't do that when you're famous.
I wouldn't like if you're already rich and famous, why not make hoodies? Like I don't understand the need.
Because Matty, you make comics if you want to make comics and tell stories. That's why I'm making comics. Like I was in broadcast TV. That shit sucks. I was in news. That sucks. You know, I've been doing all sorts of stuff. That sucks. I want to be doing comics. You know, like if you don't, what's that?
I said that don't suck.
Well, true. I mean, like I want to do comics that don't suck, and maybe I want to get back into audio visual. We'll see.
No, I meant like
get adapted. But all those books from all those $1 million teams and all those fucking $100,000 7-figure bitch, 6-figure bitch campaigns, and all those biters that stole all my teams or whatever copycat motherfuckers, and take that Pepsi taste challenge shit in the review phase. Put the shit up for review where it's fair and everybody can have their opinions of the shit. And you'll see, man.
I'm down for that.
I mean, you can say
I'm down for pull the curtain back.
Butthurt or whatever, dog. It's been 5 years of this shit with 4 or 5 books that this has happened to where they've gone on to become some super duper thing. You understand? Like, what's that saying? Like, the village that neglects the child will burn down the village just to feel some sort of warmth. You know what I'm saying? You can't
that's a great
body me like all the time and expect me not to flip the fuck out at some point and pull these cards on these biting ass fakers. And motherfuckers pretend to be suns. I'll remind them they're not galaxies. And motherfuckers pretend to be galaxies. I'll remind them they're not fucking universes and shit. So fuck off. I'm down here in Slumtown. You can find me anytime.
Yo, I need to sample this shit and put it to a beat. I'm telling you. That's fucking fire, Matty.
Send Fowler the link.
Yeah, man. Seriously, we should do this.
Although, to be devil's advocate, would it be seen as if the creative team has gotten promotions? So they're technically climbing and doing better? No?
They haven't. Lumina Vox sold 13 copies during the entire run of Graveyard Shift 4, the highest selling comic book campaign, Comicsgate campaign of 2022. And he's the main artist, not just some variant or some pinup guy or whatever. Yeah. So if you got the #1 spot and your own book didn't even move 13 copies during that time, you're not getting any benefit from being a slave to the masters. You're not. It's just a clout.
Well, you get a paycheck.
Doesn't occur. Right, but a paycheck doesn't. Anyone can pay a paycheck. They're not paying outrageous rates. You know what I'm saying? They're cheapskates. You understand? They're economically viable or whatever the fuck nice way you say cheap, right? So it's not even like a page rate grant. You do the deal with the devil to get some clout and some promotion and some name in these streets. You understand? And if your book doesn't even sell 13 copies during the #1's service time, that's a problem. I'm sorry.
No, I have a question. Do you think it could possibly be like that people who back Graveyard Shift like want a different kind of story than the story that you find in Lumina Vox? Or like, again, I'm not like
McFarlane wrote Spider-Man and wrote a romance at the same time, the romance would sell almost as good as Spider-Man because
There's an audience for it, is what Maddie's saying.
That's
And
fair.
I hear
That's
what
fair.
Amanda's saying too. What Amanda's saying is you would think that Jose blowing up with Graveyard Shift, everyone's seeing that art would get people backing Jose. And I agree with that. The only problem is those two campaigns are running at the same time. No one's reading Graveyard Shift, seeing Jose's art, and then seeing Lumina Vox. That might give you the genesis, that you need to sell your book piggybacked off the work that you did for someone else. That, Amanda, I would totally agree with. But there's got to be like.
Or how about Ricardo? Ricardo's running Dixie Rose with me at the same time. God Slapped running, so he's pulling in $4,000 for his artwork. At the same time, his artwork is pulling in whatever more than 12,000 variants plus whatever it was. The numbers aren't out there being flaunted, but they're huge. That's a huge discrepancy in the same. Oh, never mind.
Let me lighten the mood.
Well, I can also
genitals, vegasm.
With good thing those are apples.
What? Traditionally painted erotic comics, 100% plant debased. How much did this make, guys?
50,000.
I'm going with 76.
20,000 pounds.
She had 626 backers on a painted art book with like a furry chick that has apples on her nipples. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the
How
word.
much did it make? 20,000? Whatever.
A deer person? She's totally look at this. She's a deer person. She's a deer sexual.
She must have her own Twitch channel or what?
Look at that eggplant.
Yeah, something.
Look at that eggplant, man. Okay. Smashed.
I
bashed.
think we have a Greg Levitt in the background.
Oh no, the street's about to go to shit. Let's let him in. What's up, dude?
Oh man,
you got 10 minutes, bro. What's up?
What's up, bro?
Hail, Gun Demon, man. What's up?
Hail.
Hey, Greg.
What's up, buddy? How you guys doing?
Chilling,
What's up, sis? There's Darren. What's up? Great crowd. So what are you guys doing? Just doing that hangout thing?
We were talking about Maddie's frustrations being in the comics.
I'm just bitter. I feel haterade. If it was
he's got exactly. You've been on for a couple weeks now, though. Tell the truth, man. You've been.
I understand today would bring it back.
An isolated incident. I feel like I wouldn't have so much haterade, dude. But it's every project, every single one. The bazillion-dollar Ripper one, Kane and White cover. Boom. Kane and White did all the covers and character designs and shit for my fucking little $3,000 bullshit prospector flop. You understand? Like, that's frustrating. The Graveyard Shift with the bazillion things and no fold over to the Lumina and Tiger Blue shit is frustrating. The fucking God Slap shit with Ricardo, while we earned $4,000, that earning eclipsing Ripa and whatever with the huge real amount of money out there being a universe. That's frustrating. I don't understand. Like, even the Tom Dubois shit with Red Giant Battle, I'm making more money off these Ninja Turtle boxes at Comic-Con right now, plastered everywhere, than with my own shit. You understand? Contra I did. Fucking Castlevania. This shit's huge, but we're like minuscule unknowns. And I'm wondering, like, how the fuck is everybody making all this pop culture cake off the same ingredients, dog? It is frustrating. I have a right to be frustrated.
Bigger platform, more eyes.
Right, but what I'm saying is ultimately platform dictates art. So why the fuck would these projects exist if I didn't put these teams together first for them to steal?
Do you know they're stealing them from you?
It's all right. It's coincidence. It's 5 coincidences, I guess. If you want,
that does make it sound not like a coincidence.
You got a point. 5 coincidences is 4 coincidences too many.
I mean,
Maddie's just good at finding talent.
Right? Cyberfrog. Who was his letterer? Somni, right? Somni was the original artist of Red Giant Battle and letterer and all that shit and got jacked by Ethan in fucking 2018. I mean, do you want to go from there? Tom, I at least became his manager. Jose, I at least became co-owner with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you adapt to all this mercenary shit. And Ricardo, I still work with to this day. There's no like beef with the thing. It's just, it's like yo, at some point, if the art's that good and it's making all this money all around town, you'd think there would be some trickle back or some fucking trickle down at least. And there's not.
Trickle down doesn't work. We always like yelling about Reaganomics and shit. Here's how I feel about it. You've been in the game for 5 years, right?
4 in 1 month. 4 years in 1 month.
4 in 1 month. You've put out a bunch of books. You're getting frustrated. You're looking around. You're seeing all these other people making bank.
I'm not frustrated. I'm broke. So poor and frustrated can often be confused because I'm not.
You're the child that's gonna burn the building down. I'm
just broke. There's a difference. And I'm watching people get caked up off my style, and that
dude,
makes a broke motherfucker frustrated.
There's a club. There's a club definitely, and if you're not in it, then there's no cha-ching. You know, that's it.
Greg,
looks like it's every industry.
Tell me about this. Tell me about this. Steve says you're stealing.
Scams.
He's getting stolen away to do Gun Demon figures for you. From Matty.
Oh hell yeah!
Nice. Design.
Yes.
Yeah, look, Matty's scrounging out that talent. I'm telling you, that's what you're good for, man.
Of course.
No, and oftentimes, I try to uplift the talent and spread it around. I stopped leaning into that. These are your hoes, and they're gonna go out and cheat on you type shit a long time ago, and started more facilitating other independent creators who say need a colorist or don't have a logo designer or whatever. So, I got used to these biting motherfuckers and started sharing my style with some homies, to kind of empower shit. But I mean, like I said, I brought in Jose as a co-creator and co-owner of Tiger Blue. I'm Tom Dubois' agent, so I get a cut of all that Konami shit. It's love, but also YouTubers stop copying my shit. You know what I'm saying? Stop. It's really fucking sad. You're YouTubers, hire Brett Booth or dope shit. Don't come down into the indies and scrape resin out of the inside of the bowl while we're trying to put some shit together.
But when you scrape resin, you could turn that shit into hash, and that gets you 10 times as high, right? It's gross, but you scrape that resin and you
I know, but it's our resin. We smoked the weed and we clogged the bowl. Quit stealing our pipe.
It's our resin. Right. Down here, it's our time. It's Goonie time. No,
and those motherfuckers, they've got the real deal. They've got the European hash. They got the fucking, they got the good stuff. We're stuck with resin, and they want to take that too.
Right.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It is good resin though.
Yeah,
it's really good resin.
Could you fault the team for not promoting their past works and therefore being their spokesperson for themselves and you?
The teams don't have platforms on anywhere near the level that the people they're working for platforms are.
Okay.
So yeah, the team can scream till the cows come home about back this book. It looks cool, but it's the same.
Nobody listens because they're yelling into the wind. See, I think that's where we're at, Matty, because you've been in it for 4 years, you're ground down and you're broke, right? You didn't let me finish my original thought. My original thought was I'm not broke. I haven't been in it for 4 years and I'm not ground down. So, buddy, you know what I'm saying? I feel good. I feel like I want to go out and make some money. I want to go sell some comics. I want to go spread my name around. I want to go get into stores. I want to go get onto sites. I want to go franchise my deals. I want to create a slate of comics that I can put out one a month so that I can earn my spot in shops. That's what I want to do. That's where my focus is going to be. But in order to do that, I can't do that with Mavericks. I can't put out 12 copies of Mavericks a year. Mavericks isn't a story that does that. Mavericks is a graphic novel. It's a blockbuster action film. It's not a fucking, mini series or a TV show. I can't make episodes like that. So let's make a slate of books. Let's get a bunch of people together. Let's pool our shit and let's earn a spot on some shelves.
Check it. If we're not invited to the high table, we build our own. Right. But imagine it's Thanksgiving, Mike, and all the people from the grown-ups table are coming down to the kids table and stealing their food.
Yo, so there's a photo of when I was really young. I wish I knew where it was. And I was in my high chair. I was a little kid. Right?
Building my own table. I've built 4 tables now. You understand? I'm just tired of people stealing my meal.
It was my own father. He stole my corn.
So there's it's a progression of photos. Neff is all smiling with this giant ear of corn, and he's like grinning ear to ear with like butter all over his face. And then like you see his dad like looking at the corn, and then you see the hand, and then he has the corn, and Neff is all like crying.
My family thought it was funny. It was kind of funny, but no, I feel you, man. And that's the thing. You feel like they come and they jack it, and you're right. That's exactly how it looks. But I feel like I'm resilient enough to have more and more ideas. I know that you burned through 5 of yours already, and you already got your artist jacked multiple times, and it goes way back.
I'm not a monkey, not ideas. There's a difference.
I can't pretend to know how you feel because I don't. I do not know that. It hasn't happened to me. I can comprehend it. I can kind of understand, but even then, I can't comprehend and understand what it feels like to have it have happened over and over. I can get one time. I can't imagine the over and over frustration. So there are 2 parts of that I'm just never going to get there. You know what I mean? Like I'm never going to get that and be able to empathize with you on those levels. But what I can tell you is the shit that I'm seeing, because I'm not busy feeling the shit that you're feeling, is the possibility of breaking that cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Bancroft says the books aren't the table, they're the food. The table is the platform.
Is that Greg? He looks like he's going to divorce court.
How does a person look like broken? I look broken. I think I look pretty sexy right now. Pretty
he looks like
too.
Arthur
out.
Fleck,
I think
Joker.
it's the fact that you're wearing like a button-down shirt.
And the hair is kind of like sort of parted in the middle.
My normal dress.
Yeah.
Oh, is it the hair?
It might be the hair. I don't know.
I don't know. Dean's
Michael,
weird anyway.
No, I'm gonna send Bancroft a link if he wants to come in here and say some
chat,
shit because well, it's been in the chat.
You can also
if Michael wants to come in here and say something, he totally can. But we'll go for like another 20 minutes, around till 15 minutes until like 9 o'clock.
I bought us some time because I went and fed the cat because she was like headbutting the door.
That's what she does.
Repeatedly.
You do look good, Greg. Mike says you do look good.
It's true.
Hey Fowler, I know I can tell you
a little bit. I'm lying, actually. I'm getting fat. I just found out I'm fat. I saw myself naked the other day. I'm fat now, guys. What the fuck? When did that happen? Now I got like new physics to deal with here. What the fuck?
I know. What were you saying, Amanda?
I was just gonna mention to Fowler about the whole situation with at least Tiger Blue and Luminavox and stuff. I know as a backer who backed Luminavox, who was really excited to get Luminavox, and when it seems like it always gets put on the back burner, I don't share the campaign anymore. I think he's a talented person, but I'm like very disappointed in anything that he puts out after the fact because I wanted Luminavox, and it's like it's always on the back burner. So I didn't back Tiger Blue.
Realize, like, I hired him to draw Tiger Blue, and he had finished most of Tiger Blue before he even posted Luminavox. You know what I'm saying? When I hire him and he hosts a campaign and then doesn't fulfill, how am I supposed to do anything with that? You know, I've already offered Jose printing and fulfillment here in the States. He's doubled the size of the book, to compensate or whatever to his backers. Right. The fact is, he was hired to do Tiger Blue well before Luminavox.
Right, but it's not just you. There's also Graveyard Shift 4, and there was another one that he was doing with somebody else, and it's like, I don't know. I'm just saying as a backer, I'm frustrated for that, which kind of sours me on all the other campaigns.
Well, because I heard that too about Rob Willis, because I had a Rob Willis ash can for 12 pages free with the prospectors, and there was a lot of rotten people feeling burnt, feeling done wrong about the Shinobi Sasquatch shit, and we're hitting hard with that. Like, I'm not backing anything that's involved Rob Willis. When the fact is, I had him draw those 12 pages for me before he even drew Shinobi Sasquatch, and that cover for the prospectors he did for that campaign was done before the Shinobi Sasquatch campaign even launched. It's like, so I'm catching penalties for art that I've held back because people made future bad moves like after I worked with them. So all that shit about, if you really
don't know that per se.
Really, honestly, real talk, if you held that shit, you wouldn't be backing anything with Eric Weathers until the things that Eric Weathers is working on is late or whatever, because but he gets to keep a day job as a letterer, right? So some of these people like Jose have to keep a day job, like by drawing the mail and shit. And you understand? So blaming people like Tiger Blue for that is just bogus on us, like completely, honestly, because we had nothing to do with that, you know?
A lot of times it's not what's drawn first, it's what makes it to market first.
I mean, yeah, but you can look at the little dates on the artwork. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they write them shits for a reason. If you really want to like validate the fact that you're getting ripped off or someone's working behind the scenes or against you while, you know what I'm saying? While the projects aren't being fulfilled.
I think like to speak to what Crackhead was saying is like, we may know that, you may know that, people behind the scenes may know that, but I think like Joe Q backer, a regular person, isn't necessarily gonna know that you had it first.
Yeah, you're just sitting there waiting for the book.
They
you bought the book. Where's my book? I get it. No. That's what Amanda's saying too. Like she was excited for Lumina Vox. She laid out cash for it, and she's sitting here going, "When am I getting my book?" From what I'm hearing from other people, Jose Garcia is going around and doing all these other projects. Maybe he was contracted before then, but what she did was she laid out money, and she hasn't gotten her book while he's going and doing all those other things. Maybe Jose.
But why is it cool for Dan Fraga to do that?
I'm not going to judge. What I'm going to say is I understand where she's coming from.
And mainstream work and buying houses and eating $600 steaks with J Money, but that's like not frowned upon. You understand? It's like your Fraga's number one like fan, right? Like that's even worse than what Jose's doing. You know, because at least Jose doubled the size of the book, is giving updates and stuff. He's not ghosting CG to go do.
No, that is appreciated. You are right. Ghosting is not a good thing, because then it really makes you wonder.
Yeah,
I mean, and I love you, Amanda. I'm just saying, like, if there are rules, like they have to be applied across the board. You know,
I see your point, but it's how I feel. Like you can't help how you feel.
Yeah. Well, how do you think I feel? Like knowing that you don't want to back it until he fulfills you for some shit I had hired him before. You know, like
right? No, and I see your point, and I don't disagree that my feelings are not necessarily logical. But feelings aren't logical. Not all the time.
That is very true.
Yeah, she's calling you not logical, son.
I think she's calling.
No, I'm saying my feelings aren't logical. I see Matty's point.
Neff is just stirring the pot. He's a troll. He's a troll, man. We should live under a bridge because that's that's where you belong.
That's I'm in my natural element.
Yeah. That's why we stream in the basement. The closest thing to under the bridge.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, Hamalama. Thank you, D-Wag. Sugar Mama Doge. Hamalama. There it is.
I like seeing the stank stream, vernacular penetrate.
Dude, I do too, man. That show is a fucking blast. I can't stay on there as long as you guys can. You guys go for fucking hours. I can catch maybe about 20 minutes of Finn before I gotta go roll out and do other stuff. But I always enjoy waking up on like Sundays and seeing Stank stream and everybody's on there, having a good time. It's always it's a nice way for me to start my day.
I always call it CG Church. When he did this,
okay. Except it's a whole bunch of miscreants doing weird ass shit.
I didn't say the theology was the best, but
that's fair. Yeah, it is a ritual though. I can get that. Hamalama. Yeah, I wanted to add ding dong in there too, but
that's rambling.
Yeah.
But the reality is people get annoyed when a creator has a project not getting out while they are working on other projects, and those projects are making it to backers. That's the big part, that they're making it to backers. Because I'm working on like 4 fucking projects and my book ain't out. I know it's not anything. I can't swim to China and drag the boat faster. He's tried,
but I just can't fucking swim.
I was gonna say, I'm like, you've tried learning to.
I float in our pool. That's what I just float there. I don't fucking swim.
Yeah, you can't get to China in your pool.
Yeah, it's exercise. What's wrong with you? I can't exercise. But my point of that I was gonna say is that I can't get that book out to people, but it's not that I'm working on other stuff. It's only if my stuff that I was working on was getting to other people in the book that I promised them wasn't. And I understand the emotional dissatisfaction but I backed that book. Why don't I have it yet? So I get that.
Right. But say, check it. Let's wind it back. So say me as a little guy gets my creative team jacked and they're working on another book, it also annoys the customer, right? So they don't want to back me because they're already off doing something else, and not working on the shit that they think they're supposed to be working on or whatever, dude. That shit is harmful. I see that, man. I don't know.
Guess that's one of the downfalls of having the community, where you have people that are working on all these different projects, and then you do see them working on all these different projects, whether they have a big hand in it or a small hand in it, and then, But aside from that, everything else in the community is a good thing.
D-Rag.
I hope there's a lot of people who are mad at me for whooping Finatra earlier. Sometimes violence is the only solution. I mean, it's not the answer. It's an answer, It's not always the answer.
Steve Worcester saying that ancient aliens
invented glowing crack.
Created glowing crack rocks and hid them in the Great Pyramid.
Yeah. Ancient astronaut theorists say yes. Yeah. Dean says, I've been working on my own book for ages now, but nobody is paying me to make it. So I haven't launched a campaign for it because I have to keep taking jobs, food for thought, or, just food, Dean, because you got to put food on that table. Yeah. But no, I've seen little samples of the book that he's talking about. That's the one you're doing with chemo, right? Right, Dean? That book looks dope.
Yeah.
I want to see that shit. That.
Definitely. I can't wait for that one. So D-Rag was clarifying that those people are not mad at him. Okay. Yeah, not hoping that they are mad. I was gonna say, why do you hope that people are mad at you?
Darren Wagner, how can anyone be mad at you, my Doge? That's true. It's hard to be mad at D-Rag.
D-Rag is awesome. Yeah.
All right. We got 6 minutes. You guys want to say anything in particular that isn't related to being angry about you not getting your day in the sun? Because we're going to make that happen somehow. We're going to figure that shit out.
I'm good. I feel like I'm going to take a hiatus from the whole internet shit for a while, dog, and just let that shit roast. Because honestly, like fuck these biters. If you UFO abduct an entire team with your clout magnet, you're a bitch. You're a fucking cunt, bitch. And you need to be more creative and look harder. Do the work we put in by grinding Inktober fucking hashtags and looking at fucking stupid DeviantArts and all the fucking work we fucking people put in to find our art teams. Okay? Fuck you, your bitches. That's it. Puma fist out or whatever. If you know.
Wow.
I feel that.
Says Matty, take a hiatus, brother.
Yeah, but wait, before you go, Fowler, if you are thinking of
too late.
Well, you can say it. He'll catch it on the replay and I'll DM it.
Probably
we'll clip it, Amanda. Say it. I'll clip it.
Well, no, I was just gonna say I think he found a market with Tiger Blue. I think there's quite a few people that back Tiger Blue, like the look of Tiger Blue. I've heard good things about Tiger Blue after people have received it. So I'm thinking Tiger Blue 2 is just going to keep being that stepping stone to bigger and better like he wants. I don't think there are possible opportunities that, there's going to be this IP that's lightning in a bottle that explodes. But I think the majority of people are going to need to start somewhere and, need to climb that way. And I think Matty's on it with Tiger Blue.
He is, and Tiger Blue's I think we're gonna bring Tiger Blue to a broader audience. I was just saying this today to D-Wag, CG is one of the best proving grounds for a book. They are an incubator. They are an enormous support network for creators who are building up that thing that they're going to launch out into the universe. They are the fans. They are the support network. And without it, us small creators down here would not have anything. But what we got to do to be super successful and attain the type of success that we want is bring these projects that CG helps us create and blossom and send them out there into the world. Because I was saying to D-Wag, the majority of people out there that read comics would read the fuck out of these books if they knew about them. Mm-hmm. But they don't know about them because either they don't know about Comicsgate or they're scared of Comicsgate or they just never heard of our fucking books at all. So we got to go out there and put these books in front of people's faces, which is kind of what I want to do. I want to go, You know,
There
I'm
needs to
talking
be
to
more
Chris
of
at
that.
Global Comics. I'm
Yeah.
like, how are we doing that digital distribution? When are we translating and going international? You know, like there's stuff we got to be doing is climbing out of our pool and crawling across the lawn, you know, and like latching on to people so that we can get our books elsewhere. And
Crawling
then those people
versus
read it
running.
and they go, you know, where'd this come from? And we'd be like, hey, it came from Comicsgate. Come on in. The water's fine.
We got a whole lot of other books
That's
to
the
show you,
plan.
too.
Right.
Yeah.
I get that Matt Fowler's mad. I totally understand.
The chat is saying that they all would love a show with Fowler on it. Jeremy is saying that he should make a weekly show. People would really like that. And everyone is saying, I mean, Bancroft said that Fowler is a bit like Kelsey, one of our most charismatic personalities who just doesn't want to stream much. And
KSSS said if Fowler started a channel, I would sub immediately, and I would tell everyone named Candy to go wait in the car.
Go wait in the car.
Fowler is like a dude with a foot long who don't want to do porn. It's okay, but we need him to harness his energy and make commercials for him out of clips. So we totally do that, Mo.
We would.
And that's the other thing. Like I think he'll be okay after a slight, you know, social media detox. I think like he's had it up to here. Maybe he'll be gone for like, you know, a couple hours, but maybe it'll be a couple of days. I know when he comes back, he'll
don't miss Sunday church, Fowler.
Look, hashtag I believe in Matty Fowler. We're gonna have to do a commercial now, guys. You know we're gonna have. We did the I stand with Bancroft. We're gonna have to do I believe in Matty Fowler. That's gonna be great. Dean, if you need any help, colors, cover work, hit me up. That's what I love to see, guys. You know, making it work, supporting each other, protecting each other. It is us against the world. But that's the thing. I want to go out there. I want to take the world. I want to take it. You know, I don't know how else to say that. I want to go take the world and show everybody what we've been doing, because CG does some of the best shit that I've ever seen, and they do it without like, oh, you owe me this, or, you know, you gave me that thing, so I want this thing from you. There's no like serious, at least what I've encountered, like scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, but if you don't scratch me first, you ain't getting scratched. I don't see any of that here, at least from the people that I've been interacting with. So I think that that's worth, you know, being a part of.
Send Fowler the money.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Send Fowler the money.
It kind of makes me wonder about that Kickstarter. Like he should, like, I don't think he'd do it right now because you know, the Tiger Blue 2 is still current, but he should take that momentum on Kickstarter and then just, you know, insert his real campaign. Like, too bad.
But I disagree. There's no upward mobility in CG or the indies. However you manage it, there's lots of room for massive growth in Rod We Trust. I agree. There is upward mobility, but there's also a bigger audience outside. And the best way to catapult yourself with upward momentum is to reach larger pools of viewers. Once you got more people reading, maybe
and
not looking
larger,
at your book,
but other, like bringing them into the fold.
Let's be honest. CG is not a huge pool. CG is a dedicated group of diehard fans who love their books, who value the creators that provide content for them, and who are willing to go to the mat time and again to back those books and to support them. You know, like, so it is a diehard group, but it is not a million people.
That's fair.
We do not have the number of backers that Ripa got in all of CG.
That's fair.
We don't have those backers. You total up everyone that backs these books, it is same 100. Maybe it's like same 1,000 at the most, right? But it's a group of people, and there are so many more individuals out there who would love all of these books if they saw them. And I see that as a better opportunity for me to go and put my effort on than, I guess, upward momentum or upward mobility in the indies. I know I can make an effort to go lateral and get somewhere.
Crackhead says CG is a niche within a niche.
Very small overall. Yeah, it's true.
And Raiden says, I just got back, but I disagree with Bancroft and Neff, if that's possible.
Dude, Josh, you got to come on here and tell us why. Just relying on making an awesome book seems to be the slowest road. Yes. And clearly leaves you open to losing the teams you've built. Yes. I don't think there's a solution to that.
Yeah, unless you can like have enough capital to keep your artist continually working on stuff while you're crowdfunding or waiting to crowdfund, then
And even if you
gonna
give
have
them,
to go somewhere,
even if you
else,
give them an
it's just-
exclusivity contract
Yeah.
and lifetime income, there's no guarantee they're actually going to do any work for you.
That's fair.
But like,
Mo says
so
there's upward mobility.
mobility. No, Bancroft is right, but the other thing is there's no way to stop someone from jacking your team because they like the look of it. When I came into CG, I looked at all the books. You know, I was you don't see it, but I see it.
Like you're gesturing to books that no one can see.
I looked at all the books. I was like, oh, Preston Acevedo is dope. I want him to do a cover for me. Oh yeah, man. I like Rob Willis. Yeah. I know other people are mad at Rob Willis, but I like Rob Willis. I want him to do a cover for me. So I went out and I jacked all the talent. I hired like 25, 30 people because I just wanted that art. I wanted to do that. So I understand the possibility of getting your art team jacked. And I understand the frustration of seeing someone else be really successful with that art team when you yourself don't make that kind of money, especially if you've got a great book and it should be making that kind of money.
You know, I think he's talking about something different, though. You know, I really think he's talking about something different than what you're talking about there. You're talking about individual artists, you know, doing commissions for other people in comics. That's normal. We're all networking. We're all doing stuff with each other. But what he's talking about is actually matching a specific group of people together whose combination creates a unique look, which is something I've been doing as well. And yeah, that's frustrating if somebody's going to come in and just literally use the exact same fucking artists that took me 3 years to put together. I get it. Yeah, that's a completely different thing. But yeah, everybody wanting to Preston, who doesn't want a Preston Acevedo cover? Jeez, you know what I mean? Like, we all network, we all, I want to see everybody working, all the great artists. I want to see them all working regularly, plenty of gigs and all that, and flourishing, doing really well. But yeah, it is real cheesy when he's talking about an entire team, though, and stealing that look that he developed and he put together. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are networking.
Some people are not working. And that's the thing. Like, Matty went out and he combined Ricardo and Marcos and made a great team. And I love the look of that team. I think that team is dope. And I love Marcos's colors in general. And I love Matt Yackey's colors in general. Yeah. And so I went out and I started combining Marcos with people and Matt with people. And, let's chocolate peanut butter this shit. Mm-hmm. And I'm all for that. But I'm also all for sharing the promotion. The thing is, like, it's when it's somebody you don't know who just sees your thing, jacks it, and goes and does their own stuff. And like with Lumina Vox, there is no blowback to the original campaign to give that any exposure.
Crackett says that's the thing with indie is it's next to impossible to keep the same talent over a long period of time. It's true. It's true.
Jay Ryan says, I don't disappear, Dean. I did a poster and a Johnny Phantasm action figure box art for PTP on his recent campaign. Yeah, I saw that. That's awesome. That the boxes look great. We got Sim up in the chat. What's up, Sim? Thank you so much for tuning in, buddy. Sim. I also color all my work.
Good to know.
Losing an artist that good would be like losing a finger. Yeah. Wow.
Peninsular Comics says, just become the talent.
I will draw. That's what I will do. I will learn to draw.
Yeah, no one will want Mavericks then if Neff draws it.
No one wants Mavericks already.
That's not true. Everybody wants it.
Chocolate and peanut butter are like boobs in horror movies. Two great flavors that taste great together. It's true. It also gets people killed, I guess, right?
I mean,
like chocolate, peanut butter, high cholesterol, high fat content, that kind of thing. I don't know. I'm feeling dead air.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you guys have anything you want to say?
Yeah, I'm working on a Conan project now.
What? When did that happen?
Yes.
That's cool.
Conan, as of about a month and a half ago, Conan has been public domain in Europe for some time now, for a year, maybe, something like that. And my sequential artist on Gun Demon, John Howard, he came to me with the project and said, I want to do this. I want to do a Conan, I want to do a Conan book. And he's in the UK, so he can launch it over there, public domain in Europe. So basically, it's all Robert E. Howard's content that is the public domain content. So I saw how prolific Howard's stories were. So essentially, what I did was I got one of my writer buddies, Jake Ryan, recruit him for the project, because I felt it was too much for one writer if we're going to do it right. So, and we're working on it. We're basically taking where Howard left off with Conan and treating that like his low to mid level in RPG terms. And then our story is going to continue on from there for his high level stories. So we're, people are going to get the Conan that they always got from Howard, but they're going to get him like higher level and bigger stakes. And he's got Merlin as his adventuring party wizard. He's got Alibaba is his Alibaba with a cursed magic item is his rogue and his adventuring party. And I reached out to Chuck Dixon and Charles Santino, who are both Conan writers, and I said, "Hey, any advice for a new Conan writer?" And they both said pretty much the same thing. What Chuck said was brutality. Just outright brutality. Everything is brutal. He said it's toxic masculinity. And it's every boy's dream where you go in, you kick ass of everything, and you take the woman, and it's all that stuff. And the thing is, I've been tearing apart Howard's work, and it's really dark. I mean, he literally takes women, like, I see him differently. I don't think Conan needs to take a woman. I think he's the alpha male champion wherever he goes. So I think women would pretty much throw themselves at him. I'm not going to write him raping women. Sorry, guys. You're going to get, he'll have sex with hot women, but he's just not going to be raping them. They just want him because he's the dude. And he's
that was the old books. That was all the old books. Conan was always getting the bitches just by being Conan. He'd show up with his massive sword, and the women would be all like,
"If they live,
let me cover you in oil." Awesome.
He gets the pussy if they live. Yeah, a lot of times they don't live to that point, but
that's fair.
Sometimes he takes them though. Like literally, this one slave chick, instead of freeing her, he says, "You're mine now." And shit like that. Yo, that's pretty dirty.
Did you ever consider getting Dixon to like team up with you and write some? Did you ever like hire him? Like your boy Zach.
That would be phenomenal. But no, not really, because this is kind of Jake and my chance to show ourselves. You know what I mean? This is kind of our way in. This proves to people that we're capable of coming into an existing franchise that's complex and create new, fresh material that fits in with it. So I think I've got Howard. I think I got his thinking. Like, I think he really just winged it. Every one of these short stories, he just pretty much winged it. And then he added details later, maybe do some research or something, and and add things later. But it's we're giving it basically almost high fantasy. It's still set very much in Earth, so it can't be 100% high fantasy, but we're pushing it pretty much as we can. You're mine now.
That's what D-Wag said to the neighbor's bike, because D-Wag said he wanted to steal a neighbor's bike earlier. That's a reference to as a crack pistol.
But yeah, my Conan's going to be older. He's going to have gray hair. He's a few decades older than you've seen him in Howard
Old man
stories.
Conan?
Yeah, old man Conan approach, basically.
His healing factor's on the fritz?
Well, no, but he's more powerful than ever, in fact.
He doesn't need any blue pills to keep it up, though, right?
Nothing like that.
He's old, but still virile.
He's fucking badass. He's Conan, dude. Conan does not lose testosterone. Like, I think he is a testosterone factory. So, he don't have them problems. He's still banging chicks. So, but anyways, he's higher level. He's been on some more adventures. He's been a king. He's been all these different things. But the wizard of his party, Merlin is going to be the narrator of the story. And so that's going to be really fun. Already the idea of Merlin's personality that I have is playful, because he's bored. He's immortal. He's been around for thousands and thousands of years, and he just has fun with whatever he's doing at the time. So I felt that would be a good narrator for a little bit of levity at times. Because Conan's really brutal and dark, which is really fun. It's different.
Yeah, you need to offset that with some comedy. That's why in the movie having that weird wizard who heals him be the narrator. That was always enjoyable back in the first Conan film.
Absolutely. And then you got Grace Jones' character making an ass out of herself, or you got the different ones. They're all kind of goofy in some way, except Conan. Like, he's the only one that's not goofy in some way. But
What's up, Vengeance?
Well, I've got a Bisley cover already lined up.
Oh, cool. Hey, nice.
Yeah, I talked to Bisley's agent, and Biz is really happy to be doing Conan again. So he's all about doing that variant cover. And Rob Willis owes. I know we were talking about Rob, but he owes me a cover. So he wants to give me that cover for this Conan, and do a variant cover for that. So we'll see how that goes. He is a phenomenal freaking artist. There's no doubt about it. But at least what I got to say about Rob is he's still showing us pages being produced. It's super long, but I mean, it's not like an Andrew Huerta who just said, "Fuck you guys, thanks for the money, bitches," and took off and blocked all of his backers and social media and all that shit, and closed commenting on his account or anything like that. Rob didn't do anything like that. He's still out there working. I think he just doesn't know how to schedule his projects properly or something. He needs somebody to manage him, because he's one of the best freaking artists out there. And it's like, that's why some of us want to give him more chances. We don't want to give up on him, because he's just phenomenal. I want to see a lot of more Rob Willis art, honestly.
Amanda, do you have anything you want to tell people?
Have a good night.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Amanda.
We missed you. It was so awesome to get to.
No, I know. It seems like I was catching a lot more of your 7:00 shows before, and then it seems like I'm always not quite hitting them anymore. So then I'm like, when you guys threw the link in the chat, I'm like, why not? I got time. Yeah, right? So yeah, I'm glad I joined.
Yeah, I'm glad it's hard too. I feel like
I keep trying to make it to Bancroft. I'm glad that Bancroft started like condensing his shows towards the end of the week. I know he's busy, because I want to make it to Bancroft, but it's like trying to make it to 11 every night. We're gonna get there now though, because I had coffee and it's only 9:00.
Oh,
so
hey, look at that.
We're gonna make it to Bancroft.
By the way, you're right, Dean.
I did not have coffee.
That's the thing. It's every night. It's like, can we make it to Bancroft?
Yeah, because it's the plan. It's like, wake me up for Bancroft, and we're both.
Greg
asleep.
wants a man with a slow hand. Prettiest is driving an Uber. We're gonna get Detective Dead. Well, our grandchildren will. Oh, he's one of the best is bullshit that you hear from everyone who cares how good he is when he doesn't deliver. That's fair.
I understand. I
Thanks
agree.
so much, Lord Crackhead. Coming from you, man. That's a real compliment. Your streams are fucking dope.
Yeah.
Yep. Hail Mo. Conan was the original CG Cremerian gangster king. Like that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Maybe next time our guest doesn't show up, we will throw another open mic night and come on and have fun. Thanks so much for hanging out with us in the chat. Thanks, Greg. Thank you so much, Amanda, Maddie, wherever you are. Our heart goes out to you. If you liked everything, please subscribe. We're 2 away still. We lost one, then we gained one, then we lost one.
Yeah, we're so close.
She's actually worried about it. I'm like, we'll never get there. It's all
right. I want the community tab.
Sub if you want.
I will. I'll share it out when we get off this. I didn't realize you were that
Thank you.
close.
Yeah, Shigama Madoge. Yeah, if you like the content, click the thumbs up and click the bell for notifications.
And tune into the frequency.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Later.